Engage. Energize. Oh my god.
I'm Halloween.
You're so spooky. You're too scary.
I got all my stuff on for Halloween.
Everything at once.
Everything at once. I got a cool cowboy hat.
Alright.
Because I'm a cowboy.
Uh-huh.
I got on my spooky mask.
Alright.
Because I'm spooky.
Got it.
I got on creepy hands. Is it creepy?
Sorry.
I got on my Freddy sweater. Ooh. And I got on my Outlook cardigan because I'm cold.
I like all of it. It's very relevant to what we're going to do. I see
Exactly. You get it.
I see some draft potters on.
Oh, you can't see it behind me. Dang it. Oh, I gotta go way out for it. Way out for it. God dang it. Hang on 1 second.
You're hard those gloves.
Can you see a little bit there?
Yeah.
The big old bat.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
The big
See it.
spooky bat.
Big spooky bat. I have the same background as always. Ignore my head. I got a little sunburn, so it's a little different shade than the rest of my face.
You gotta use that sunscreen, brother.
Yeah, it's you never expect it out here in the Bay. I really think I get a kick out of this costume. I wanted to do it again for a while, but the thing about it is I hate is I have to shave like all the way down, which I never do. And I feel like when I shave to the skin, I look older. It makes no sense, but I feel like it's appropriate for this costume, but just
You don't
in general,
have your youthful 5 o'clock shadow.
yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like with this, you just see the age better.
Makes sense.
I don't know who draft pod people are going to come on and join us if they want to do the full bracket, or are they just going to stay in the comments? I wasn't really sure what was happening.
Yeah, they didn't really specify, so we'll see them where we see them. And, yeah. It's going to be crazy.
What we're doing, for anybody who's watching, we are going to do, we did this last year, slightly similar thing with horror movies. Just me, I think. Well, feel free to come on if you want. It'd be easier to talk to you in your face than the comments. But so we did horror movie bracket last year, 64 movies, and it was a very long and grueling process. I'm hoping this goes a little faster. We have 64 movie or horror movie bad guys that are going to battle it out and see where we end up. There's a lot to get through. Would you print it out or write it down?
I wrote it down.
Oh my god. Yeah. I am very uncomfortable. Oh. In so many places, mostly my head. This is what we're doing. There's some obvious fucking weird matchups, and there's some fun ones, some obvious ones, some random ones. We'll see how it goes. I purposefully did some things in here so things wouldn't go a certain way, but we'll see how it goes. I have a good and a bad feeling about where this is going to end up. But who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? It's Halloween. This is a spooky time of year, and this is going to be a scary episode. So spooky. My costume is old age. And if we get through this with quick enough time, at this rate, probably not, but if we get through this at a quick enough time, maybe we can talk about Halloween Kills briefly at the end. Just because there's a lot there to kind of take apart.
Lots to unpack.
Yeah, and our boy Mike Myers is on this list, so we'll see how he does. We'll see if Halloween Kills influences your decision on where he ends up on this list. Although we are not really rating movies. Last time it was about the movies. And this time it's about just the characters. Who's the better character? Who do you like more? Who's cuter? Who would you rather, like, you know, hang out with? Who would you pick
And
to
also,
go on murder spree?
who's ass?
I am drinking tonight out of my gold skeleton hand.
I'm drinking out of my Guinness cup.
And I have some other drinks I'm gonna get to, but I don't know, man.
Delicious Nosferatu.
Oh, nice. A quick side
Freddy.
note: if you are watching this later, I purposefully left off pretty much all. I've left off all the Universal monsters, just because like, when you say Dracula, there's 20 movies. When you say it's like which Dracula, because one Dracula might rule and one Dracula might suck, and you could, and then if you're the weight of each one, the fact that it has so many versions, it's kind of like a no competition thing, and I really just feel like it wasn't like it wouldn't be fair to the other horror monsters to be pinned up against Dracula or Frankenstein's monster. It's kind of like,
all right,
just it's a lose-lose.
Fear not. We got versions of Draculas.
Yeah,
we got versions. Wolfmen.
We got Draculas and all kinds of stuff. Fix my head a little more there. All right.
I gotta take this off so I can drink. Oh yeah, hey, forgot I did that for you too. So there's something at least underneath there. Because
you kind of look like
I'll put this back on. I just gotta drink. I want to drink.
I feel it.
And I got my cowboy hat on. I tell you what.
You kind of look like a ringmaster now.
I actually look like Hank Von Hell from. He was a singer for Turbo Negro.
Oh.
Now he just goes by Hank Von Hell.
Prepare yourself to be a bottom bitch.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, cool costume, bro. You look so scary.
Oh, he's dressed as a curtain pickler.
Yeah, I got like a dude that looks like my dad on the shirt, and it's a bear. I was looking for my luchador mask.
It looks like Ted Lasso.
Well, that's kind of what my dad looks like.
He's a teddy bear lasso. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. You already know how this works. We're gonna let's talk about.
He's never done a bracket in his life.
Yeah, I mean, not well.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take that.
Except for that weird stacked fucking movie fucking one that you had with BJ when she was on. That was.
Oh yeah.
I'm with the guys. That seemed like it was a little out of your realm.
Hey man.
It made up for you.
Just because I drafted the stuff, people all of a sudden start asking questions, man.
Well.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through this. We now have since we have a threefer, we can have
tie break this shit.
Tie breaks. Hopefully we don't have any three-way ties. That's a bad joke, but anyway, go ahead and everybody's gonna get your one.
Good jokes.
I have a skin-tight piece of latex.
You look phenomenal.
All of the blood into my head. Thank you. I look weird, but let's do this. Oh, so yeah, everybody gets your one. Well, let's just call it your one final girl that you would like to save. If there's ever a situation where you feel like that one needs to go, if you're sad about it, you can't live without it, then you can get your one-off rock final girl, and she can survive to the next round. Because in the next round is like a sequel, and in the sequel, you can get killed there too. So
true that.
So let's just start going. It's Halloween. It's the week before Halloween, and let's just read a lot of things out loud and talk about them. You ready?
Do you want to run the corners, or do you want to run left side or right side?
It does not really matter. I have it set up sort of in a way in my own brain. It only makes sense to me. I'm sure you noticed looking at it. It's kind of weird. So you can go up and down, side to side. It doesn't really matter.
That's what she said.
That's why I was at.
They're matched up the way they're supposed to be, and I kind of have them spaced in the corners where I wanted them. So I say just go fucking down. Let's just go down.
That's also what she said. I didn't do it.
Got the good Lord going down on me.
All right. We're going to start. Here we go. The very first one is a lob. Are you ready for your first lob? This is just a practice. You just want to swing the bat, get a little warm up here. Shouldn't be that difficult again, these are not the movies. Again, we're not picking movies. Picking characters. Which one do you like? Chucky versus Annabelle. Both are like 2.5 feet tall dolls. It seems pretty cut and dry here.
Both are possessed by evil. One's a serial killer, evil, and the other, I don't know what the fuck Annabelle is.
I've seen
as far as what's inside
Annabelle creation, but I don't remember 1 second of it.
Perfect, because Chucky wins.
Yeah, Chucky's an easy one. He's an icon.
Pretty easy. Yeah. Yep.
He's a goddamn icon.
Started as a child, still killing people with a receding hairline. So you gotta love that.
He's been I haven't seen the new show, but I am recording it.
I've been watching it, and it's great.
Oh, there you go. Some positive Chucky news, everybody. Next one. This one, honestly, is a toss-up for me. This is... Oh, I did a little switcheroo here. But this is Samara from The Ring. Notice I used the English Ring name, not the Japanese one.
Correct.
This is the white people one versus Toshio from Ju-on, the Japanese Grudge. So you have the reboot Ring versus the little boy ghost from the Grudge. The Grudge, actually Ju-on. One of the creepiest fucking movies ever.
Fun fact, Lynn absolutely hates that sound that kid makes. So yeah, I like doing it.
It's pretty fucking terrifying. I can't stand that stuff. It was the girl. The girl is just as creepy in it, but I didn't want to do the girl. I like the boy. Mm-hmm. He meows too like a cat.
He sure does.
It's a horrible visual.
Yeah.
You don't want a little Japanese boy in your room meowing at night. First of all, you're gonna go to jail, Also, scary. It's fucking scary as hell.
Two reasons you would go to jail. One, he's a small child
Yep.
in your room at night. The second is he's dead.
Yeah, but he's meowing, so he's
also meowing.
He's moderately fine. This one's tricky for me, honestly. I love The Ring and The Grudge a lot. I love both versions. Actually, that's not so true. The Japanese Ring is not, to me, not that great. It's good. So obviously the setup point, but I think what Gore Verbinski did with it.
Well, the trick is, I guess, to get the kid to, you would have to actually have him like watch the tape to fight her.
Oh, we're fighting them now.
Sort of. I mean,
I don't have it set up like they're punching each other to see who.
In my
wins,
brain,
if you want to use that,
kind of a battle as well. I mean,
I gotcha. Well,
it's cool that, you know, we can definitely do like which is cooler, like which one I think is cooler or you think is cooler. But in my brain also, I would like to see them fight.
well, one of them has soulless eyes, and the other ones you can actually make out the eyes. So Samara, you can actually see her eyes, versus Ju-on, it's just a dark space, so you don't know what's going on underneath. So that's gonna give me terrifying. The leaning over to Ju-on, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, guess my opinion doesn't matter. Dead silence.
I'm shocked. I didn't think you were going to go Samara here.
I mean,
I didn't either.
I just love the visuals of The Ring, and I know we're not just comparing it, like it's not about the movie so much, but like she looks so fucking cool. And that was one of the first times, which they have done 1 billion times since, the jump cut ghost thing where it's like the kind of glitch. The glitch.
That's true.
And it was very, like, in the theater, very surprising. You weren't really trained for it as much then. So honestly, it's a win either way for me because I love them both. And that kid's name is Toshio. Toshio. All right.
He's terrifying.
Yeah, the girl's scary too when she's standing on the headboard, just like bent over, staring.
Well, and the body for Samara is kind of creepy too. That's some of the stuff she can do. So, man, maybe I was jumping the gun with the whole eye thing.
Yeah, you fucked up. I already wrote it down. So.
Pretty gross and creepy to me. The TV crawl, the TV crawl is pretty fucking iconic though.
Yeah, definitely. Crawling out the TV with the hair in the face.
Yeah.
And then when they show her face, it's like the angriest face you've ever seen.
Yeah. The hair over her face though, it's super like black metal to me too, but.
And that was already kind of a trend in Japanese horror.
Yeah.
But I had never seen anything like that when I saw The Ring. I just remember being in the theater going, "What the fuck?"
It's kind of terrifying. You move the hair back, not really expecting much, and all of a sudden you see that. That is terrifying.
That's what you get for trying to go in for the kiss.
It's true.
Bitch comes out. Yeah. I was like, you tell the cops, bitch came on my TV. I was like, it's late at night, and like I thought it was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, she came at me,
and I was coming at her.
What did she do?
And I went like this.
What was she doing in your apartment that late at night?
And then I was dead in my closet.
I'm ready for this next one. I'm really ready for this one.
Okay.
The Hitcher. I don't know if you're familiar. The Hitcher, played by Rutger Hauer, versus Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Both are serial killers with really great personality performances by two very talented actors. The Hitcher, I think, in my opinion, one of the most underrated horror movies. Nobody ever talks about it, but it's intense as fuck, and Rutger Hauer is scary as fuck. And then, of course, you've got, Patrick Bateman. Very quotable, very iconic. And also the career jumping off point really for Christian Bale. He was obviously acting since he was a child, but like that's what took him to Batman and so many other things.
My favorite Patrick Bateman line is when he says, "I got to take back some Blu-rays."
That's a misquote.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that's how it goes.
He clearly said laser discs.
Oh, fuck. You're right.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite part of his thing is when he's talking to his like assistant or whatever, and she asks him the way he delivers this line, and I won't be able to get it right exactly, but like she's like, "Are you seeing anyone?" And he's like, "I don't know, maybe." Not really. The way he's smiling at her and delivers that, it never left my brain since the first time I saw it. And it's also one of my favorite GIFs when somebody asks me a question. I usually like to send that one. It's a great answer, and most people probably don't like that, but I think it's great. So it's a hard one. And The Hitcher was also a thing I used to watch with my mom. She really liked that movie. So that's hard.
I haven't seen The Hitcher in years.
Worth bringing back.
Is C. Thomas Howell in that? He's the kid, right?
I believe so.
I know I have this thing at work sometimes when
Ears ringing.
I've asked Thomas Howell. Yep.
Thank you. When I asked,
who is the girl?
Oh yeah, who is
that? Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, see, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Fast
I forgot how
times.
stacked that is with fucking Rucker
I
Howard.
see what you did there. How stacked.
And
No, that's not what I meant. Fucking
don't
sex
forget
pervert.
that he kills that girl, and he. How does he kill the girl? Is it the one where he ties her to the truck and tears her in half, or I believe that's it.
I think it is.
It's rough, man. It's a rough one, and it's also crazy because it's. He gets in the car and he's like immediately like so unsettling and scary, and it's just like, and then just goes from there. It's a good one. Highly recommend anybody who's never seen The Hitcher to watch The Hitcher. I should have put it in my movie Rex, but it's just
Bateman's kind of iconic though. I'm a big Huey Lewis in the News kind of guy, so Bateman.
I'll still go Hitcher because if we're talking like if they were fighting in the street, the Hitcher.
Yeah.
Hitcher. And I'm not saying that this is a prerequisite for every round.
Right.
But I like them both so much, so I'm just looking for any kind of way to kind of pick one over the other. I like the idea. I think the Hitcher, while he kills, I think obviously less people, but in American Psycho, some of the kills you don't know are real or not. So
right.
He's more menacing to me and frightening than Patrick Bateman.
That's fair, but I think Bateman's not going to let it get to the streets. He's going to kill him, before it would ever get to the streets, right?
Unless you live on the streets, and then he's going to kill you on the street.
That's true. That is true. Good point.
He does kill that hobo.
For no reason.
For no reason. Let me say this real quick, and then I'll break this tie.
Say it.
I have this thing that I do at work, and I only say it to myself. But like when I ask somebody to do something, and they just sit there and like stare at it, I always in my head I'm like, don't stare at it, eat it. Always plays in my fucking head like fucking do something. Like I asked you to do something, do something. It's
a quotable fucking movie. The movie itself, phenomenal all around. But this is just a character to character. So
yeah,
I don't care. Whatever you pick is fine with me. But I'm gonna go Hitcher just because I just think he's scarier. At the end of the day, he's scary.
And I'm gonna agree on this one. I'm gonna go the Hitcher as well.
Oh shit!
Nice.
I was not expecting it. That's what I like to see in the bracket.
He's
Yeah,
an OG
nice little
freakazoid,
upset.
man.
Yeah,
He's an OG
upsets are awesome.
freakazoid.
That is an upset. R.I.P. Rutger Hauer. A goat for sure.
You know what? Bateman's got enough love, so like, yeah, it's nice to see somebody else jump through.
Yeah. Next one is a fun one. Couple ridiculous aliens. One being The Thing, John Carpenter's Thing, versus The Blob.
Ooh.
I want to specify this is the 80s Blob, which is a fantastic fucking movie. Amazing. Surprisingly, insanely good special effects for that budget. And I mean, it's surprisingly gory and upsetting at times for as corny as the whole thing is. But the Blob, you're not familiar, it's a big pink goo thing that eats people as it crawls along. Fantastic, simple monster. And then The Thing, we all know what The Thing is. It's the thing from outer space.
If you want some cool like backstory on like the Blob and stuff like that, or just like some trivia stuff, I highly recommend watching the Red Letter Media review video on YouTube where they talk about the Blob. There's some cool shit in there that I didn't know, and they make it a lot of fun. They make that movie way more fun to like go back and rewatch after you learn like some of these things. It's pretty fucking rad.
Nice. I like that.
This is a tough one too to see who would actually win between these.
And that's the thing. This is one of the ones that was like this.
Yeah.
They fight in my brain. Like I want to see these two things fight.
But let me ask you: can The Thing copy the Blob? It can copy all life forms.
And that's exactly where my brain went.
Right.
So if it can copy the Blob, then it wins because it would just make another Blob, right? But
And it can do so much more.
Other?
Yeah.
Right. So
my thing is
sort of is where I
become
landed.
one.
It kind of
become one, right?
One gross thing. So in my brain, The Thing wins is just now Blob style.
That's all really fun to think about. If I'm going just straight from a monster perspective, what's a cooler monster? You got to go with The Thing, just because visually in that movie it's so many things, and the Blob visuals are amazing, but it's just the one thing the whole time.
Yeah, it really doesn't become anything until it's like dissolving someone or smashing someone.
Also, The Thing was more of a creative, accomplishment versus the Blob, which, a lot of people could come up with.
Yeah, The Thing is iconic.
Let's squeeze this jelly through a door crack.
I'll go. I'm going Thing. I feel like everybody.
Yeah, it's definitely The Thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's The Thing. Next one. This one was kind of stupid, but whatever. You just got to be some stupid ones, you know? Got Puppet Master, and I'm including all of the puppets in Puppet Master because it's not just one puppet.
You including Geppetto?
Yeah, sure. And I'm including.
You mean Toulon?
I don't even know.
Drew's favorite movie.
What's their names? One is like Torch.
There's Six Gun. There's Pinhead. There's Blade. There's Leech Woman. There's the Jester. Blaze.
He knows all of them.
There's Totem.
That's fine. That's enough. There are a bunch of puppets. By the way, Puppet Master is one of the weirdest fucking movies you could ever watch. And the sequels don't get any less weird.
Right.
they're honestly, never watch them late at night because you will fall asleep because they're so strange that your brain can't. It's not like a normal. It's not what you think it's going to be. And
Tunneler. Tunneler's the cool one. I forgot.
Yeah, and all these puppets are gonna versus the clown, the toy clown from Poltergeist, which is
Oh God.
the clown doll that sits in that kid's room and, at one point grows very long limbs and strangles him.
It's so terrifying.
Poltergeist has a few. I almost put the tree in here as one villain, just the tree.
That clown didn't get less scary when they spoofed it. It got even more scary when Scary Movie spoofed it.
Yeah.
I almost had the tree from Poltergeist versus the tree from Evil Dead 2, but I thought that'd be a little weird. So
Well, I'm going Puppet Master on this one.
yeah, I gotta go with Puppet Master as well, just because I am personally not afraid of clowns. So when I watch that, it does nothing for me. And Puppet Master is pretty cool. I love the way those things look. The designs are so cool.
I say if we're just talking designs, fucking Puppet Master, 100%.
That's fair.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Which one haunts me more? Poltergeist.
Poltergeist has got a lot, man. People forget. A lot of creepy shit, weird shit in that movie. Next, we have the Battle of the Bees. The Babadook versus Bagul. Bagul is the well-dressed demon from Sinister who does this at the end. This is a serious movie. The end. He just jumps in the screen. That's one of the worst endings of a horror movie I've ever seen. That little thing just goes, oh, okay, this movie's done. The whole thing is completely screwed with me. But Bagul does do a lot of gruesome deaths. His murder scenes are very grisly.
I'm pretty sure he also plays guitar in Slipknot.
Yeah, he's one of the older new metal horror villains. Not to be outdone by the newest Malignant one.
Well, I'll throw my vote in the hat. It's Babadook for me because the first time I saw this, I remember Wes telling me that it was Roxy's, like one of Roxy's favorite ones. So I was like, okay, this isn't going to be that bad. And then I watched it and it emotionally fucked me. And so I'll go with that for that reason. It almost feels like this children's like character when you see the drawings and pictures that are out there, and it's not that bad, and then it's terrifying. So that's where I'm gonna go.
I don't like that movie at all, Babadook.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
But I do like that the Babadook became like a gay icon, which is amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did it really? I didn't know that.
You gotta look it up.
Did.
He's basically a gay pride icon now for some reason. And
why is that?
That's a whole other thing that you'll have to look up on your own time.
Okay. All right.
So I think Sinister is overrated. Sinister falls into like one of those things where people revisit something, and because they've been watching a lot of crap in the last few years, they go, I just rewatched Sinister. It's one of the best horror movies of all time. And it's like, no, it's not. You've been watching crap. It seemed good. But I'm still gonna go with Bagul because I do think his kills and the way he kills is a little more fun than Babadook and interesting. And even though he does dress completely stupid in a dumb mask and then like a suit? He's wearing like a suit with no tie or something.
So you're taking that guy.
Bagul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go Babadook.
Oh shit. That's two Babas, right?
Yep.
You know what that is? That's Babadookie, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Bobbing for apples.
Babadook, duck.
What about Babadook?
That one got me.
It's called comedy. Look it up.
Oh man.
Next one.
That would be such a different movie, by the way.
Maybe better. Next up, we have the Battle of the Creepy Loners in a House. This one's gonna be this one. I guess it's easy. Norman Bates, obviously from Psycho, and versus Annie Wilkes from Misery, which, if you've ever seen Misery, Oscar-winning performance, out of control, terrifying woman, maybe the
Super
first,
fan.
maybe the first Karen in horror.
Yeah. You know, this would have happened if people just didn't fuck with books. So
Yeah, that's why I don't read them.
Exactly. That's why I have my stance on them.
It's just safer.
Uncultured goon.
And then obviously Norman Bates. What can you say other than iconic performance? Psycho is great. Even Psycho 2 is very good.
And he gets name dropped in an Old Dirty Bastard song.
It's one of those things where it's like it's so iconic and it's so old since he's like basically the first slasher really.
Mm-hmm.
He almost could. He's like a decade or so away from being like a universal monster. Take him back like 15 years, he could easily slip in the black and white slasher, because those movies are all monsters. They don't have like a slasher guy, and he could just slip right in. But so I'm interested to see where you guys go with this, because they're both great fucking characters. Obviously, Norman Bates has more movies. Annie Wilkes gets done in. Spoiler. But she knocks a foot. That foot scene still.
Oh God. Ugh, I did not. Yeah, I didn't like that. But
It's
don't write books then.
She's one of those characters that is so well done and irritating that I find it hard to revisit that movie. Not just because of the foot scene, but like just her presence.
Hard.
Yeah,
is
like the little girl
upsetting.
from Psycho Gorman. That's how I feel about her.
I actually enjoy that character. I think she's hilarious.
I'm with you. I didn't enjoy Psycho Gorman at all. I don't know if
I love that movie.
I'm just
That little
dead
girl
inside
just
or
bugged
whatever.
me.
I just was not. I feel like it's just some kids film school movie that I'm watching.
That's what I like about it.
I'm gonna go Norman Bates. I know it's like a dead-on, obvious one, but no disrespect to Annie Wilkes, she's very scary, and that movie fucking rules. It's a great movie to show people who've never seen it or have heard of it.
Yeah.
Because they
I'm gonna go
think they're about
Annie.
to be really bored, and they get really engrossed in it really fast.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Annie on this one.
Oh my God, over fucking Norman Bates.
Yeah.
I think the thing here, when I'm thinking about the tiebreaker, is right. If Homie didn't write a book, then maybe she wouldn't have been so psycho, right?
No, if you didn't know, actually she was psycho before that. See the what is that fucking show?
Oh, Rock. What is that?
Castle.
Castle Rock.
Is it Castle Rock? No.
No, is it? It's
Somebody
whatever
look
made
it
up town fucking he uses all the time. I'm pretty sure it's Castle Rock.
It's something Rock, a town in Maine. It was a Hulu series, horror series. They did 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Annie Wilkes is on that 2nd season.
Okay.
And she's a younger version of herself. You kind of get like a little backstory of how crazy she is. And she was crazy before that. She found that author kind of at the end of the show. She was on the run. She was on the run from killing her husband. None of that is probably in Misery. This is all stuff they made up because they basically made like a show out of like little Stephen King things and melded them all together. Not a great show, but even that actress who played her in that show was pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
Pretty good.
yeah, if I'm comparing the two, which both terrifying, but she's got one person, right? She's doing that one person, and Norman Bates, you don't know how many people, right? So Norman Bates, there's so many that could come through based on the hotel. So shouts to Old Dirty. I go psycho killer Norman Bates.
Nice. NB for the win. This next one's real dumb. This is Critters, aka the Krites. Critters is the movie. The creature itself is called a Krite or Krites, the little spiky balls that eat everybody. Versus,
Okay, yeah.
Versus pod people, specifically the invasion of the body snatchers, aliens, which are pod people. They come out of pods and they clone you, and then they scream at you like this. Also, again, the 70s invasion of the body snatchers, super fucking still slaps. Very effective movie, very intense, very scary. Highly recommend if you've never seen it to watch it, because like people get. I'm the same way. A lot of stuff I'm going. I don't really want to watch an old ass movie, because I'm just gonna be thinking about how they had GPS. This would all be over with. I think about that stuff like right now. I'm watching shit. But this one completely fucking holds up. It's super scary, super intense, and an amazing cast. There's obviously earlier version, and then they did one with Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig? Was that called Invasion, I think?
Yeah, Invasion.
That one wasn't very good. So I'm going with that specifically, the Donald Sutherland one, which also had Leonard Nimoy was in it, Spock. And then you have also versus Critters and Critters 2 both rule. And those monsters, they're like gremlins. Especially in Critters 2, they have a lot more comedy routines in that one. It's a lot lighter and it's a lot sillier, but just as fun. They're just evil porcupines, basically.
Yeah, I think one's cooler looking and one's far more terrifying. So
yeah,
it just depends on, what you're judging it by.
I'm gonna go Krites. I'm gonna go Krites on this one.
There's like 7 rows of teeth.
Yeah, side note, they shoot poison darts out of their quills are poisonous and they will knock you out. Pretty cool.
They do have that.
Also,
they can,
also in the second
they can band together and make a giant ball. And then you can get eaten by many at the same time.
Also, the movie makes like an autistic character, one of the main heroes, who then goes to space to kill more Krites because they're just desperate for employees, I guess.
Oh man, but you do have the like you said, so
yeah, very scary.
There's also a dog with a human face in that.
Oh yeah, the human face dog, the incomplete thing. That was fucked up. That was so fucked. I hate that shit.
Oh God. Oh.
It's like the scariest thing to me in that movie.
Pretty rough.
Have
Fancy
you guys
Dave
ever
says
seen
Critters
Zoobly
versus
Zoo?
Ghoulies.
What's that?
He said Fancy Dave says Critters versus Ghoulies. I'd still go Critters over Ghoulies.
I said Ghoulies.
Shit, I would take Ghoulies in that one.
There you go. Side bracket.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Zoobly Zoo?
Huh?
Have you guys ever seen Zoobly Zoo?
No.
Oh, the characters in that PBS television show will freak you the fuck out. And one of them looks identical to the human-faced dog in Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Well, then I never see it.
Actually, I'll pull it up and show you guys.
Andy, were you the one that drafted the boogie
I don't
with
think
Harmony?
So. Yeah, look at these.
Glasses are so
The green
big.
thing, the fucking under the, or what the fuck was that? Like, who the fuck drafted that?
Maybe it was her. There we go.
No, I'm pretty sure it was you, buddy. What the fuck?
Yeah, this was a PBS show that I watched when I was a child. It probably was.
It looks racist.
Your PBS was more fucked up than my PBS, apparently.
Yeah.
Only thing I ever watched on PBS was Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, that show slapped.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, I love that show. Yeah, I watched a lot of PBS television because I had the television where you had to put the
Learning disability.
hanger and the pan. You know what I'm talking about? You have to put like a metal coat hanger, and then like if you really wanted to do it big, you could put like a metal pan in between the coat hangers. So yeah, I watched a lot of PBS growing up.
Andy, the reason I asked that, and I know you're the one that drafted it, was the claymation shit.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about.
Yes.
I knew what you were talking about. I knew what you were referencing.
Oh, you're talking about Mr. Bumpy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched that shit.
Thank you.
I knew what you were talking.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they didn't know. Justin,
Yeah, I was
you know
really
Mr.
surprised by
Bumpy?
that.
Huh?
Do you remember Mr. Bumpy from Bump in the Night?
No.
I do.
Yeah, I guess it's a select few amount of people that remember
It
this.
sounds like a sex thing.
Thank you, Courtney. I feel vindicated.
You're welcome.
By the way, I picked Critters.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Kreitz on this one too.
Oh shit!
Now,
Right.
make it a three-way.
Oh my god. Kreitz. Kill Kreitz. Next.
Kill Kreitz.
And we got an animal on animal violence here. Black Phillip, the majestic black goat from The Witch,
Oh God.
versus Cujo, a very foamy, rabid Rottweiler.
Ooh, boy.
And
That
you
is a
already
hell of a
know-
matchup.
You already know where my allegiances lie.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat, man. Our Dark Lord, Black Phillip.
Huge Black Phillip fan, huge Witch fan, one of my favorite movies. I love that fucking goat. If there was a way to adopt that goat, I would have adopted it and just had it in my backyard.
I would have gone Cujo just because it's far more terrifying, but Philip's the one that could probably ultimately fuck you up worse. So
Yeah, he's gonna whisper. He's gonna whisper things in your children's ears and fucking rot their minds.
gotta give Cujo some love, man.
Look, Black Phillip's gonna turn into a dude in a suit and hand you an apple. Cujo's just gonna eat your face and give you rabies.
Which I don't like that idea.
Yeah,
I'd rather eat an apple and just die.
I don't think that apple's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But he's also gonna gore you in the guts with his horns.
Yeah, that's the part. It's like, He does all those things, but he nails the dad pretty good.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just terrified.
And it's
of
just
those
like,
teeth
where
in
did they even
Cujo.
find that? That goat was so horrifying to look at with his big cross-eyed eyes, just looking around. It was just like the big everything. Just they must have did like a long search for that goat, and they found the best one. I wonder how it's doing now. Goats live a long time, so it's probably still alive somewhere.
I heard that goat was very problematic to work with as well.
I heard that too, that it was really difficult, which it's even more
makes
perfect.
it even better. It makes it so much better.
Exactly. Next up, we've got.
Oh, one more thing. Have either of you seen the video of the goat that stands up and walks inside the building?
No.
Yes, I have.
My buddy, shout out to my buddy Gus. he is terrified of goats, and it's because of their fucking pupils, like their eyeballs,
Oh yeah.
are so weird looking and shit.
Yeah.
It really grosses him out. And I have the one black Phillip pin that has like the inverted cross on it. I think it's like a London 1888 pin. But
Uh-huh.
he hates even looking at that. Like it upsets him because the pupils are there and everything.
Yeah.
And I brought up that video, and I swear to God, I thought he was gonna like pass out. He was so mad about it. He was like, "That motherfucker stands up and fucking walks like a person." He's like,
This is interesting. The goat for old Black Phillip also appeared in It Comes at Night.
Oh,
So he got
Nice.
another movie role.
got a couple creds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
And then
for
I saw
him.
an article that said he almost killed the actor in the movie, in The Witch. So,
So it's definitely Black Phillip.
Yeah.
yeah.
Next, we have a ridiculous matchup. This is now I want to be clear. This is Reagan possessed by Pazuzu, not Pazuzu, like just the evil demon or whatever. But it's specifically the character Reagan from The Exorcist possessed by Pazuzu
God.
versus evil Ash Williams, which is from Army of Darkness, who is... I like this matchup because one is very serious and horrifying, and one is very silly and ridiculous, but both are possessed by demons, so that's why I put them together.
All I'm gonna say on this one is Sally Forth.
All I'm going to say is your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah, she's one of the most terrifying characters I've ever seen in my life.
Also the meanest. Really,
Yeah.
really rude. So rude. Just saying rude things all the time.
Yeah. It's hard to watch. Like, it's like, Evil Ash, I can watch that. No problem. Like with her, I'm like doing the whole finger thing because like it's just one of the, between that and like the freaking the witches, the main witch or whatever that pulls off those two things, like just
I always remember one of the things I remember the most about Exorcist, especially watching it as a young age, when she's like breathing, the breathing sounds that they did.
Yeah.
That wailing and that little whistle and like all the shit coming out of her face. I remember just being like a kid watching that, just being like, is this real? Like I was just so like traumatized by it. It was just like that fucking windpipe sound that they're doing on another level, creepy, and her performance is crazy. I don't know how they got that out of that kid to do all that stuff with the crucifix and all that shit. I don't know how her parents signed off on any of that, but God bless them for doing it.
Yeah.
They broke her fucking spine.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
What?
Back doing the bed shit.
Yeah,
Flopping
they
her
had
around.
the harness on her, and it wasn't like latched all the way, and they were just fucking slamming her on the bed. So when she's like
Holy
up and
crap.
down, up and down, up and down, like she's legit fucking like screaming in pain because they fucking broke one of her vertebrae.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about that movie is she really did push that British guy down the stairs, and he's. I almost got it. Sorry.
So
That's a
he's
great thing
dead.
too, because like that, I was like, that guy's annoying, and then she's like, you know what your darling daughter did. I love that. Just she's on another fucking level, scary.
Yeah.
Movie. Just
Even
out
this,
of this world.
yeah, and again, even the Scary Movie one scared the shit out of me.
She also did the parody too, Repossessed with Leslie Nielsen, which is a really hard thing to come across. I think it's on VHS. I don't know if it's.
Okay.
I've never watched it on DVD or I don't think it's on Blu-ray, but it's
I don't think
basically
so
like
either.
Exorcist parody. I used to watch it on VHS with Jim when we were kids.
I forgot that existed.
It's fantastic.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime for $5.99 or Vudu for $5.99.
There you go.
I'll bootleg that for sure. All right, so I guess what I'm saying is I'm going Pazuzu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll take that as well. After the discussion, I was going with Evil Ash because fucking he just looks cool as shit.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. You gotta love the Evil Ash.
But that's not nearly enough to be moving on.
Yeah, you just look at them and one of them's just straight up nightmare material.
Definitely. And next, we got some more killers. Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Nice.
Never heard of it.
Versus
Never
Hannibal
heard
Lecter.
of it.
Hannibal Lecter. We've got
I like that matchup.
We got two very intense performances by two very intense actors, two of the greatest living actors of all time, directed by fantastic directors, Oscar movies, award movies, everything you could imagine. It's a very highbrow. This is like the highbrow horror, you know? And it's a tricky one for me because I do
It's not for me. Obviously, it's not for me.
I do find Jack Nicholson's performance at times a bit irritating, a little too cartoony, a little too silly, and also the fact that from the second he gets there, like he's doing the interview with the guy at the desk, he's already looking weird and talking weird. He never really, to me, has much of a transformation. And I get that he came there as an alcoholic who is falling off the wagon. So he is already a damaged person. But like, I just think that like he was not subtle enough in the performance. I think it was a Jack Nicholson kind of thing where he's Jack Nicholson a lot, you know?
Well, I'm definitely taking fucking Torrance on this one. Mostly because I just watched it yesterday. But for me, in the book, yeah, it takes a long time. They go through a lot of things before he starts getting, evil. In the movie, I really chalk it up to the way that you pretty much described it, is that he's kind of a defeated person already.
Yeah.
He's got the battle with alcoholism. So when he's transitioned so quickly, that in my brain plays together, is that he's such a weak person. He's not comfortable. He's not...
You're a train.
He's not good. He's essentially just not good. So it like leaches in like immediately, and then it's just there. So it's Jack Torrance for me, man.
Let's hear it, Andy. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is I never read the book. So for me, The Shining is probably my favorite horror movie. It's top 2 for sure. It was one that even before I got into the, watching some of the horror ones over the last few years, I was always into. I like the performance of Jack Torrance a lot. I like how he goes full psycho and all that kind of stuff. And Lecter is really good, but like Jack Torrance is, I think it's one of the best movie characters ever.
So this is one of those ones where you win or lose no matter what, or you win no matter what.
Yeah.
But I just want to speak on Hannibal. But I think that Hannibal would fuck Jack Torrance up, ghosts or no ghosts, because he's smarter. And
that's a thing too. If we were going like battle, like these two were actually fighting, it's Hannibal Lecter 100%.
Yeah,
because
he would start talking to that dude. He
would mentally break him like in 3 minutes.
He would psychoanalyze his fucking addictions, and then he would slit his throat like while he was in mid sentence.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'll
fair.
just to be that guy, I'll pick Hannibal, but I will push JT through. Justin Timberlake taking the next round.
Hell yeah. That's my guy.
So evil.
Dirty Pop.
I mean, he did that whole Nipplegate. Hello, one of
Ain't
the
nothing wrong with
worst kills.
Nipplegate. Nipplegate is perfectly fine. Just
He,
people overreacting.
All I tell you about, here's all you need to know about Justin Timberlake, whether you should listen to his music or not. Prince didn't like him. That's it. If Prince don't like him, he sucks. Anyways.
Shout out to Justified. Love that album. One of my favorite albums.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you wrote any of them. Anyways.
I do not care. That's my guy.
The only good part is the Clips verses.
Fancy Dave, you're right. I wouldn't fucking last there either.
Even though, look, I don't think I hold influence over him.
What's he got? Joker. He's asking Joker versus Odin.
Odin? Like Odin's son? Like Odin?
Probably.
Not from. I don't think it's Mekhi Phifer or whatever from that O movie.
You mean like Jack
that's what he's talking
Nicholson?
about.
Jack Nicholson versus Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins has definitely had the best second half of his career, and Jack's first half is better. So.
Dude, that's super funny. Because I gotta give a shout out to Fancy Dave on that one, because I saw it scroll up and it didn't even register that it was those two dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Great job, man.
That's a testament to those two actors' careers, for sure.
Yeah.
Next up, we got some aliens. An alien fight.
Sure do.
We're going with, which I almost had the They Live go against the pod people, but I didn't. This is the They Live aliens who live in plain sight.
Where's Paul?
You can only see them with special sunglasses. Versus the Quiet Place aliens, which are blind but can hear real well.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, this one bothered me because
this is hard. This one's hard.
Life is hard. So I'll take this moment, what do you guys think, to promote my drink of the week. It's Two Towns. What is this? Two Towns Cider House. Blackberry hard cider. That
sounds amazing.
I don't like ciders, but I don't like beer, but I like ciders. And I love berry things, especially blackberries, cherries.
Yeah, blackberry's the best berry.
This is a delicious ass cider. If you find it, fantastic. This is my last one that I have. Very good. It's just so nice and refreshing while you drink it.
Is it like really acidic though? No,
I drank 3 or 4 last weekend and didn't have an ounce of heartburn from it. So
shit.
And I get heartburn from juicy shit.
Yeah.
I get heartburn from Truly's faster than this, and this is a non-carbonated cider.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm in then.
Very tasty. It was just a random Safeway pickup last weekend.
Send me details on that later.
I'm gonna put the can right up my butt.
I'll find it.
Okay,
I'm just gonna start this off and just say it's the They Live aliens. Culturally, that image of the alien's face has lived on pretty significantly in artwork and just in the general like pop cultural zeitgeist. And I think that movie's ahead of its time. I think those aliens, again, they work in the same way that the pod people work. It's very much a paranoia of don't trust your world leaders, don't trust your friends, all of that stuff. Very Warren Territory, Orwellian stuff, but it's also that movie's very John Carpenter-y, so it fucking rules. And the aliens.
That's the thing. It's Warren Territory and very Orwellian, but visually, it's so fucking iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Obey the brand kind of
Yeah.
busted out, right?
Yeah.
So they
Shout out
clearly
Shepard
took it from
Fairey.
here. Yep. Mix a little of this, mix a little of Andre the Giant, and you got something working. Yeah, I mean, the more terrifying is the Quiet Place aliens, but the better one for bracket sense to me is also the They Live aliens.
Nice. That's a clean sweeper. Ooh, this is next up. I'm glad we got to this one. This is actually my favorite.
It's so strange, dude. I wrote it down and I was like, what the fuck was he thinking?
Yeah, that fight was incredible. Shout out to old Hot Rod. Rest in peace.
This is my favorite one. This is Jaws, a.k.a. Bruce the Shark. Bruce the Shark from Jaws versus Christine, the pink haunted car.
The car?
Wait, yeah.
It's red. It's not pink. It's red.
Whatever. It's red, pink. I've been drinking. Jaws versus Christine. It's a one-worder.
Well, I mean, where's the fight taking place? I guess.
Theater of the mind, of course.
What's super great about, like, to me, if they were to fight, it would just have to be in space. Because you take one out of its element.
Well, the thing is,
and you put it in the others, it's already over.
The shark has a chance on land, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm just saying the shark has a chance on land in the sense that it can take one bite. The car can't go into the water and do anything. I don't know that that influences which one goes through.
Well, hang on. That's actually that would actually be false. That the car in the water couldn't do anything because the car can self-repair.
That's true.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
so either in water or on land, and Bruce takes a bite out of it, it's fixing itself and immediately running over the shark.
And it could go off of a bridge super high, right? And then just boom.
Exactly.
Hit the shark in the face and really F it up.
Beyond the ridiculous fight, which one do you like more?
Bruce, because that legit just scared the shit out of everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, it didn't really, Christine.
That ruined the ocean for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know. You convinced me. I was gonna go Bruce. Now I'm gonna go Christine. You swayed me. You swayed me.
On the fight?
Yeah.
I love Christine again. Huge JC fan. Classic line in that movie. Shut up, cunt face.
Yeah.
Great line. Classic.
I think we're gonna need a bigger car. Classic.
Christine
I think we're gonna need bigger tires.
She has great fucking music. Great movie all around. Oh, but it's got to be Jaws. It's got to be Jaws. It's a fucking shark. Sharks are fucking terrifying. I've had nightmares about sharks, and I'm not even afraid of sharks. It makes no sense.
Sharks are older than trees. That's terrifying to me.
Swim in the ocean, and yet it's so burnt in the psyche of human beings to be afraid of sharks.
You know, but literally people die due to cars than they do sharks. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, more people die each year from pig attacks than they do shark attacks.
There you go. And sharks can die of old age. You can always restore a car.
Yeah, but pigs taste better than sharks.
That is true. Actually, I don't know what a shark tastes like.
I've had some shark, not like
I've had shark. It's not great. It's not great.
It feels like it's really tough, like jerky meat, but like
it's not
delicious.
It's like almost tofu-y.
Oh, gross! No, yeah. Ugh. Okay.
That's Jamie. Next, that's Jaws, by the way.
Yeah. Shit, I gotta write that down.
Next up, we have another ridiculous one. This, you make these brackets. You gotta have some fun on your own time.
Get silly.
Next up, we have what is it? Razorback versus Bruce. Carrie, the
Go Razorback.
telekinetic
Fuck yeah,
teenager
Razorback.
versus Gage from Pet Sematary, the little tiny murderer that could, with his little scalpel, and his little outfit.
So badass.
Now I want to play with you.
Versus Carrie, who is not necessarily evil.
Right.
But she does kill a lot of people that really weren't involved in that prank. So she's not.
No, but they didn't do anything to intervene.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to stop it. Yeah.
But there was people there were people there that not everybody knew about that fucking prank. There's just like people there going to prom, you know.
Right, just chilling.
They all laughed at her.
It was funny.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
That shit was not funny.
Bro,
It was evil.
if I was at fucking prom and somebody dumped a bucket of fucking blood on the prom queen, I'd have laughed my fucking ass off. That shit's hilarious.
No, they
And
all
that girl that
fucking.
should laugh, she should have a sense of humor. Sometimes it's important to laugh at yourself.
It's true.
Oh, I'm getting trichinosis. This is great.
Yeah, some NBC, the more you know shit. I love it.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I got fucking pig's blood on me.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, this is something, because Gage, right, kid, you know, they don't have fully developed brains. He's not old enough, whatever. Carrie is terrifying in the sense that, like you said, she's old enough to figure this out and then make her own decision here, and that's the decision she went with. So, man, this...
She was a terrified teenager.
Yeah, but she was a ginger, so I'm going Gage.
Yeah, a little kid
Jeez.
killing is terrifying.
I am going Gage, though.
Yeah, Gage for sure.
I just think that
He's scary.
What a short amount of screen time with such impactful dialogue that you never forgot.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I was at Horror Hound, and I was walking down the hallway to
I'm
get
gonna
on
go
the
Gage,
elevator,
too.
and it took a second, but there was like maybe just like a few people in front of me, like 5 people, and they all just kind of dispersed. And there was just like one person left in front of me, and he was just standing there kind of like looking around. And then he like looked over far enough that I could see that it was Gage, the actual person grown up,
Oh, okay.
and it hit like
Like the
fuck
actor?
yeah. Yes.
This guy.
Yes. Yep.
There he is.
Like-
He went from
Like it
this
100%
to
hit.
that.
It was him.
I wouldn't have
And
never
I
guessed
couldn't even say anything to him. Like I couldn't even say like hello.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, you terrified me. You were a small child and you made me feel bad.
I would have never recognized him. Next.
Honestly, you see him in person and it's there. Like you can definitely see it. You would recognize him.
Oh, white people look the same to me.
That's true.
Fair.
Next. Got a good one. We got Ghostface. This is kind of a Ghostface, Ghostface versus Jigsaw, and obviously Ghostface has been many different killers.
Yeah, I'm more of a Method Man guy, but, you know.
Zing. I wish we had some sound effects for you, but we don't, because
But
they have sound effects.
yeah, Instagram will pull it. They'll be like, music violation.
Those are trademark sounds.
Yeah. So funny story real quick is
Oh, God.
a kid we knew, James and I, back in high school, he was having a bad day or whatever, and then he was trying to play a prank. He put on the ghost mask, and he ran into his girlfriend at the time's classroom with the ghost face mask on. Well, it turns out it was a substitute teacher who was an old man, and the old man got freaked out and like fell and hurt himself or whatever, so he ended up getting expelled from school from this.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. But I remember the trend that was happening where people would put on a ghost face mask and then they would have their friend get in the trunk, and people would be driving, and then the trunk would just lift up and the
What?
ghost face
Who is
would
doing
pop
that
out.
shit?
Oh, it's
Where?
happening in
Yeah.
Florida all the time.
Yeah, okay, Florida. Okay, that's a separate fucking planet where people do wild shit.
I thought this was something that was so this wasn't happening in other places.
Doing
No.
that shit in California.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind then. Maybe it wasn't a trend.
Definitely not an Ohio thing.
This one's easy in the sense that it's ghost.
Don't get me wrong, I've ridden in a trunk or two, but I was not dressed as fucking Ghostface, and I definitely wasn't popping out.
This one's Ghostface, and I don't mean to discredit Jigsaw because I do think
Yeah.
the first Saw movie is very good, and I think Jigsaw in general is a cool character. I just think, again, not to critique the movies because the movies are mostly bad, but I do think that just as a villain character, the concept is cool. But again, just because it's the same guy doing that shit, and then until it's not, and then it's like I've lost track of what happened in Spiral. I get too focused on the way the police station looked, and then. But
I started watching that the other day, and I dipped out real fast.
It's Ghostface, and yeah, all the Ghostface. Yeah, it's many different killers, but if you can pick whichever one you want. And just the iconic face of it running around. When I picture it, it's just like Scream, the first one, and shot out literally almost every Netflix slasher that I've seen in the last few years is a straight. The influence of Scream on these movies I've been watching, especially any horror movie that involves teenagers, the Scream influence, wild, man. I just feel I feel it so hard from these younger filmmakers, and Ghostface is perfect because it's just it's a store-bought costume that they use.
Yeah.
Like Michael Myers, kind of like a simple idea, and it worked so well.
Yeah, I love the idea that they tricked everybody too. Like, you know.
Yeah, they're fun whodunits.
Like, I'm just saying, like, from the stance of when the trailers came out and everybody thought it was going to be Drew Barrymore, and then boom, just like that, it's like gone. So yeah.
Oh, yo, I'm super pissed that it's now like a main thing that everybody's like, oh, fucking Stu's the killer of the new one. Like, everybody's calling it. I said that shit day one. They were going to bring back Stu.
I mean, I don't really care what they do with that movie. I'm sure it'll be whatever. It's not going to be.
I hope it's not. Like, I honestly hope it's not. But it would be cool to see, like, Stu in it. Like, fucking Matthew Lillard comes back and reprises fucking Stu. And he's just kind of there in the movie. Like, oh, I didn't die.
Does his vacuum cleaner come back?
Possibly.
I hope he has a line where he says, "Oh, I didn't die."
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, I didn't die, but I went to jail for a while. So I felt like I was dead.
Yeah, I'm going.
His parents didn't kill him.
Yep, definitely Ghostface.
Ghosty.
Yeah, sure.
Ghosty with the mosty.
Want to play a game?
See, I think that's the thing too.
love
Is
that.
we could sit and talk about both of them, but we didn't really.
That's
we
true.
talked about fucking Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Saw movies are mostly bad, so it's not a lot of stuff. It's like the kill, like that.
Yeah.
Those kind of kills don't do it for me. But the first one.
Honestly, you could tell me like one of the kills from a movie, and I wouldn't be able to tell you which one it was from.
Well, the original one is the best one, where it's like you have to saw your hand off. Like, that's the best thing. It's like, if you don't saw your own hand off, all you have to do to escape is saw your own hand off. So it's like the simplest thing.
Yeah.
But like, who can fucking saw their own hand off? Yeah,
This
like,
was one I was surprised. I was surprised there were so many sequels. I was like, wait,
But
Right?
they kept making money, and they only cost like $1 million a pop, and they were making like 50, 60 million a weekend, and they were like, oh, we're just gonna keep doing this until it stopped. And it didn't stop until like part 7. And
Yeah.
crazy.
All you had to do was come up with some like torture-y weird bullshit.
Yeah. But I was like, why do people want to keep going back to seeing this idea? I don't know. That I just didn't get it. I saw the first one, I thought it was good, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to go back and see a second one.
Well, you don't like the torture porn was a big thing then.
That's true. I did like 8mm.
I like Hostel, but anyways,
Snuff. Shout out to Nick Cage.
yeah.
You know what? I need to revisit that one. I haven't seen that, but like one time.
Oh, really? I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I own it on DVD. I'll send it to you in the mail.
Thanks, buddy.
Next. By the way, Billy and Sean, who are watching, feel free to chime in. You've been so quiet. Are you guys just sitting alone in a dark room?
Oh, Fancy Dave says Battle Royale between all the ghost faces.
Mm.
Then you got
That would be kind of fun.
And you got to go with Aunt Jackie. Aunt Jackie's with the sweep.
Oh, fuck yeah. She was crazy.
Aunt Jackie. Next, we got a creature feature with the Xenomorph, which is the alien from Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Alien vs. Predator, Alien Covenant. Versus the Fly, specifically Jeff Goldblum Fly.
Okay.
Not
The
not
fly.
the old one where it's like a fly head on a human body. That shit is
Fly head and fly hand.
yeah, that's ridiculous. But we're talking Cronenberg's Fly,
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, puking, gross. Both of these guys, these creatures like to puke and kill.
Acidic puke.
Yeah, very gross. Obviously, his xenomorph is a bit more sexy. It looks like a big, shiny, black dildo.
Yep.
That comes. Way more movies, obviously. And
the Fly is a white skin flesh dildo.
It just looks like it looks like a growth. It looks like a growth most of the movie. Like a skin.
It's like if a ball sack. Like
He's a dildo with HPV.
Yeah.
He's the penis.
Mm-hmm. It's like if the ball sack was actually the penis.
Billy, what do you think?
I fucking hate you, Andy.
This one is probably gonna go the way I know it's gonna go.
You know where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to go another direction on this one. You can't argue how cool the Xenomorphs is. And they're both hybrids in the sense where like they are created from something else. And the Xenomorph obviously is like a halvesy, is created like whatever it was, born out of. So it can have slightly different shapes and things, but the overall aesthetic and design is just so cool and so frightening and so weird. And
So if you really break it down, both come from good intentions. They thought that they were going to, on the Nostromo, they thought they were going to save people. They heard a distress call and they answered it. And then it ends up being born out of an accident. Like Kane accidentally falls down in there and fucking gets a face hugger on him. And then a metamorphosis happens where his body changes and shoots out of his fucking chest. And then same thing with Brundle. He's trying to come up with like a transporter for everybody's benefit. He has good intentions. An accident happens. And he slowly metamorphosizes into a disgusting creature. But yeah, when you really boil it down, I think you're right. It comes down to the beauty of it. And the Xenomorph is just so fucking slick and cool looking and legit terrifying to me. Like, don't get me wrong, the fucking Brundlefly is one of the scariest fucking things ever. Like, I was absolutely terrified of that shit as a child. But when it comes down to it and I had to face one in an alley, at least I know I can shoot fucking Brundlefly with a gun and he's gonna die, but a xenomorph is gonna keep fucking coming. It's just gonna keep coming.
Unless you have a very fancy machine gun.
Yeah.
Or that.
It's like a Tesla versus like a Volkswagen Beetle.
Just like that, Andy.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Anyways, Andy's got to go. It was nice having you on. We'll see you next week.
You're a Beetle guy, I take it.
I hate fucking Teslas. Anyways, that's a whole other thing.
God damn, Dave. Could you imagine? Dave just said the Xeno, but that Xeno, the Fly Xeno hybrid we discussed.
Okay.
That would be fucking insane.
Yeah.
That would be
a
fucking
lumpy Xeno.
a lumpy
It would definitely look
biomed
like a
Xeno. It would look like the bumpiest of dicks, even more so than fucking Brundle already looked. Huh?
Like a hobo dick.
Oh yeah, like it's been in like fruit.
It's been traveling on some trains for many years.
Like that dick's been inside of a dog.
Oh god.
Oh man. I just like got a visual and I don't like it.
Oh, that's upsetting. Don't like that. I don't like that.
Hobo dick.
Oh, man.
Boy dog or girl dog?
It doesn't. I don't think it
Hobo
matters.
matter.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on from the bestiality for a second. Believe it or not,
We'll get back to it. Yeah.
we're only on the. We're just now starting the second side of this crap.
Let's back burner that one.
Yeah. So the
Burn-
fly
let's
looks
try-
like the top of your
Let's
head.
try to
right now,
burn through these
Justin.
next few a little fast.
All right, yeah, we'll kill it. We'll kill it.
This one is the Battle of Clowns. You got Pennywise, the dancing clown,
All right.
versus Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh man.
I'm taking Killer Clown, son.
Also, which Pennywise are we talking about? What's his face?
But Billy
The
Skarsgård or fucking Curry?
Curry, yeah, Curry. Tim Curry or Skarsgård. I feel like either one is about the same for me. Again, I'm not afraid of clowns, so this.
Well, Curry's is Bozo the Clown, just like horrored out, right? Versus Skarsgård's is actually, they did a little something different with it.
And I think that's the misstep that they took with the new It. Is that it should have been more appealing
To
children. Like it was supposed
Because
to.
you're not going to walk up to the second. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
I don't know,
sense.
kids are fucking dumb. I don't think a clown, no matter how a clown looks like on today's kids aren't walking up to a clown, no matter what they look like, because kids,
Well, unless they have their phone out, then they'll record.
yeah, kids
it.
have iPhones. They don't have any interest in like a fucking balloon animal or whatever the fuck. So
Right.
it always has to be a timepiece. Those movies has to be a different time, because otherwise, if there's a clown in the sewer, a modern day child is not interested, no matter what that clown is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah.
It's just like, I don't even know what you're. The kids today are like, I don't even know what they don't look at clowns and go, that's a clown. They're just like,
Yeah.
a 6-year-old is like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they'll walk by and be like, get out of the fucking sewer.
Are there clowns in Fortnite? If there's not clowns in Fortnite, a 7-year-old boy does not give a shit.
Right.
But I'm gonna go Pennywise because
Really?
Yeah, just because, iconic, especially Tim Curry's, like, his performance and the visual of that clown. Not because I'm scared of it or anything, or I think it's creepy. I just think it looks cool. It looks good for what they did, and
Dude, Chiros Bros fucking did really good job making several different kinds of fucking alien clowns and killer clowns, man. Like,
Yeah, but they were kind of mannequin-y and motionless.
but that's what I like about it, that they're
They look like Chuck E. Cheese characters that just walked off the stage.
exactly, and that's creepy. Like, that's
It is
so
creepy,
fucking
yeah.
terrifying.
I
Like,
still
there's a
think
part where like there's a family inside like a burger joint, and the one's like calling the girl out, and it like goes behind his back, and he's got that giant fucking hammer, and he's like, "Yeah, come outside." Like, you know, he's just gonna like he wants to smash that fucking kid. Like, that's fucked up. I like the hand puppets against the wall, like the shadow puppets. I think that's fucking cool. Uh, when the dude's head gets punched off is fucking awesome. Killer clowns for me, man.
Man. Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, both terrified me. Um, you have a good point, but I do think I'm going to lean Pennywise here.
oh my god.
Fine.
Pennywise. Oh, this one's a dumb one. Next, we have Dr. Dekker, who is actually David Cronenberg. From
It is
Nightbreed,
Cronenberg.
he's the serial killer psychologist. Dr. Dekker, one of the coolest masks
Oh, that's so fucking cool. Yeah.
of any
I love it.
slasher of all time. They don't talk about his mask enough. One of the creepiest masks ever designed. Versus
And again,
the
to bring up
Collector.
fucking Slipknot, which I really don't care about Slipknot. Corey's new mask is very reminiscent of Decker's mask.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
This versus the Collector from Demon Knight, who is Billy Zane, who is the demon who collects Jesus' blood to bring on the end times. Look, I'm a huge Demon Knight fan. I had to sneak it in there in one way or the other. I didn't want to go with the demons just because they're just kind of generalized. But
Yeah.
I think Billy Zane is fantastic in that movie. He is very over the top. And I like that he's just like a bald dude in like a silk shirt who's like talking to these disgusting demons and stuff the whole time. And of course, Nightbreed is a classic.
I'm taking the Doctor.
Doctor, give me the news.
Decker's here and he's slashing you.
Yeah, Dekker. Yeah, I mean, Collector, though. There's a little bit of Collector in you, Justin. Not right now with your look that you got going on right now.
I always have a bald head and a silk shirt.
Yeah.
He also always has a gold cross full of Jesus' blood.
Don't leave home without it. Next, we have the Battle of the Mongoloids, if I can still say that word. We got a Mongoloid off versus Leatherface versus Victor Crowley.
Fucking Leatherface.
Hatchet, aka Hatchet. Victor Crowley, if you're not familiar, is from Hatchet. Many Hatchet movies. How many are there? 4?
I believe there's only 4.
Yeah. This is obviously Leatherface, but shout out the first Hatchet, which was one of the funnest random theater experiences I ever had because I was not.
It's like a grown-up deformed Chucky.
It was just a funny movie experience because it was like, it was like the swamp thing, and then like all of a sudden, the way they introduce him in the movie, he just like busts out of a house like, ooh, and he just like starts shooting people's hearts off, and I was like, holy shit, I was not expecting it.
He immediately fucking pop tops that fucking lady,
Yeah,
like
it
just
was
runs
so
over,
immediate. Like he just
peels
busts
her
people off
fucking
fast.
head back.
And when it comes to like,
Well, to be fair, they do almost the exact same thing with Leatherface, where he just like pops right the fuck out, and then it's fucking game over.
Yeah, I mean,
I am bothered by the denim on Victor Crowley.
The denim.
Oh, his overalls.
Yeah, like the denim's too it's not washed enough.
Andy's shirtless, so it's just the overalls, the filthy overalls.
He looks
Yeah.
he looks like a tooth made of meat. That's what he looks like.
With some pubic hair on it.
Well, you know, some of these are gonna be easy. And
This is hilarious watching you itch your head
I
right
get fucking itches under this. Fucking
Come on, Larry.
now.
Next, we have the Suckling versus Pumpkinhead. I put these two together just to make
Ooh.
Courtney mad.
Yeah, you really did. It pissed me the fuck off.
Oh shit! Don't look suckling up on Google. Just typing in suckling, because they'll show you breastfeeding.
That's what it is.
So now my wife is gonna wonder what's been going on.
It's the
Put
active,
in Suckling
that's
movie.
actually the category: the active breastfeeding versus Pumpkinhead concept. Which is scarier.
I have not seen the suckling.
I own the Suckling. It was a Vinegar Syndrome release of a movie that. So there's like a college couple that go to a brothel to get the dude's girl an abortion. She's kind of like winning on it, and then ends up having it, and they flush it down the toilet, and when it hits the sewer, it gets toxic waste on it, and it becomes this giant monster.
This thing's crazy looking.
Right?
He's Pumpkinhead. Don't even talk to me about this.
It's Pumpkinhead for sure.
No, I'm going.
And I hate you for doing that to me.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That's what you get.
And now I'm really mad that it's Leatherface versus Pumpkinhead, so fuck you for that one.
Hey, don't jump the fucking gun. We got a lot to. Don't start.
Whatever. If anybody is listening and watching, they just
watch
heard.
this later. They'll watch it later.
That's right.
All right.
It's a
right.
good bracket. It's a
Next.
good bracket.
Next, we have
It is
the
a good
Tall Man from Phantasm versus
Nice.
the entity from It Follows.
Whoa.
The Tall Man is like he is what he is. He's a tall man who yells "boy" and at a boy. And It Follows is kind of an invisible shapeshifter kind of thing.
You play a
both-
good game, boy.
Both can't really die. They're just getting away. You're constantly running from both. That's the similarity in these two categories. Is Phantasm, they're road movies in the sense that the characters are always on the run or chasing.
Speaking of running,
Tall
I'm going to
man.
run to the bathroom real quick.
All right. And then It Follows, same thing. Also a road movie, on the run, figuring it out. Which one?
I think for me, I don't think this one's as close as maybe people would think. Like, I think It Follows by quite a bit, actually.
It's hard for me because I think It Follows. Because It Follows is one of those movies that's like people like to argue about on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's just a slasher movie. I don't know why people fucking argue about it. Like,
I think it's pretty clear cut, but people, I've
just
seen
like-
some of those arguments.
they get stuck on a couple of the the artsier aspects of it.
Yeah, and some of the sexuality stuff.
And they're just like, it's like, I don't like this, I don't like that. It's like they horror snobs will just like they'll just kind of brush over it a lot of times as like it's just what's the word? What's the P word? Fuck. Pretentious. They think it's pretentious.
Pretentious. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I don't think that. I think it's a great slasher movie. It's very creepy. It basically follows a slasher fucking protocol where if you have sex, you die. It has a thing that just walks after you slowly. It's very much not much different than a Jason movie, except it's like an entity that shapeshifts. But it's just a slow walking thing that kills you if you fuck. So like, and Tall Man is in Phantasm, and Phantasm is one of the best, strangest, uniquest horror movies ever made. And his performance is out of control, iconic. But again, It Follows for me is creepier.
Yeah. Yep.
The naked lady. It's a very tall man. It's your best friend. It's a lot of things.
Anything.
It's your naked dad on a roof. Things you don't want to see.
Right.
You don't want to see your naked dad on a roof staring at you. You just don't. That's not a thing. It's one thing to see your dad naked staring at you, but if he's on the roof, that's a horrifying visual.
Imagine this guy on the roof.
You get a bear dick. I'm gonna take
a literal bear dick.
Yeah, BARE.
I'm taking It Follows, which is.
Yep. All right, that pushes through then.
Yeah. Somehow.
Doesn't matter what Courtney says.
Because unless you want.
Well, I would have gone that route anyway.
Girl. Okay.
You could make.
I would have gone that way.
Girl.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Next up, we have the Guillermo del Toro matchup of all matchups: Spanish-speaking characters. Turn on your subtitles. We have Santi from The Devil's Backbone, a little ghost boy, versus the Pale Man, who has eyeballs in his hands from Pan's Labyrinth. Both speak Spanish. Both are creepy. Both directed by the GOAT, Guillermo del Toro. Created them all in his brain. He is a fucking master genius and should be respected at all times. This one I made to hurt myself because I honestly don't know what to do here.
Here's mine.
I am super stoked to see Nightmare Alley.
This is mine right here.
Yeah.
You going Pale Man?
Yeah.
I'm going Santi on this one.
Oh,
I have to go Santi too.
Okay, all right, well.
I just think because Santi, while Santi's kind of a hero character, very, very, very creepy. When the first time I saw it, I watched that movie by myself the first time, and it was super creepy.
So did I.
And fantastic. It just Pan's Labyrinth overall is an amazing visual thing, but
yeah,
Devil's Backbone isn't a big visual piece in that way. So when they show Santi and just the floating blood out of his head because he was under the water,
such a cool fucking idea.
Just such a brilliant effect. So it's Santi, baby. Oh, next one is so stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I really hate your fucking guts for this one.
Oh my god. All right, who wants to see two dipshits fight? All right, we got Jason Voorhees. You knew these big boys were gonna start coming in towards the end, and they are coming in, matched up against people they should not be matched up against. Jason Voorhees versus Predator, the Predator alien.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Obviously, if it was a fight, the Predator would manhandle Jason Voorhees and do a bunch of pieces almost immediately. But you don't have to look at it that way. You can look at it what you think is cooler, who's scarier, however you want to look at it. It's all you. Courtney's going Jason. I know how that's going, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jason too.
Thank you.
All right, Jason moves along. We'll just say that I picked Predator, even though I didn't. Here's another fucking rando. We got Stripe. Stripe from Gremlins, the evil gremlin who has a stripe in his hair. Versus the Mimic, underground Judas.
He doesn't just have a stripe in his hair. He has a stripe of hair. He has a mohawk.
Okay, Dad. Versus the what is it called? The Judas
B.
Judas Breed.
Judas Breed, yeah. The cockroach, creature, which is an amazing design for Mimic. Again, straight out of Guillermo del Toro's brain in his sketchbook. It was actually I actually watched the featurettes on that movie. It was actually supposed to be some kind of beetle he wanted to do, but the Weinstein brothers forced him to do a cockroach hybrid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They also cut a lot of his movie out, and then Weinstein went to prison. So,
Sure did.
the end. Yeah. So
No, he's probably getting railed in prison. Cheers.
I'm gonna
With any
go.
luck.
I'm gonna go the cockroach on this one for me. Cockroach all day. So scary. The fact that it stands there looking like a homeless person in a dark subway, super creepy. Great visual design.
I'm going Stripe, man. He's got a little mini chainsaw, you know?
Yeah. So who
Well, I'm also on the maybe you guys are too, but I've always said this, Gremlin's greater than E.T.
That's fair. That's fair.
I've never thought about it, so I need time. Right now I'm focused on Gremlins versus Mimic.
What's cool about Mimic is like it takes a minute. Like it takes a minute for all of that shit to happen, and
Also,
you know it's
killed
coming.
a kid.
Yeah, like you know it's coming, and then you finally see it, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's weird." But I think what kills that for me is that it's so fucking CG'd out that it. I don't know. There's something about it that really doesn't resonate like a puppet.
Look at that motherfucker.
I'm gonna go Stripe on this one. And the thing about Stripe is that fucking ending. Like Andy said, he's got the chainsaw.
Gremlins 2 when his stripe goes like this, and then it goes to the bottom.
To be fair, Stripe's not in Gremlins 2. There's a version of him, which is the Mohawk one, but just like the melty shit, like he's in the water and then like the sunlight hits him, he's melty, and he becomes a skeleton. It's super gross and weird.
Don't show the
fucking
NECA
weird.
toys.
It's so fucking cool.
So
It's
it
so
is.
cool.
It really is.
It's
Whatever,
Stripe all the
you can have
way.
the Gremlins. Let's move on. Next up, we have another stupid matchup. Freddy Krueger versus Kurt Barlow, who is a vampire from Salem's Lot. One of the creepiest vampire designs ever done, but in my opinion, a just okay movie. Salem's Lot gets a lot of attention and praise, but people are so horny for it, but I don't think it's that good. I do think the vampire design is on another level. Amazing, fantastic. The throwback to the old Nosferatu stuff, the way they did the coloring and stuff in that movie, the way he looked, super creepy, super cool.
He's blue.
He's blue, and obviously Freddy is the GOAT child killer of all time.
No doubt.
One of the most iconic visuals on screen. Robert Englund. Why even talk about it? It's like talking about like, hey, have you ever heard of basketball?
Yeah,
Naismith. Basketball's cool. It's like, have you ever gotten your dick sucked? Let me tell you about it. It's like so stupid to try to like phrase it. It's just it's so goated, top tier shit with some of these things. It's like Freddy is a perfect villain, design, acting, everything.
He's the first thing that ever got me into horror.
With these heavy hitters, it's unless you're pairing them against each other, like where
Which
do you
I
go?
obviously avoided at all costs.
Yeah.
But they're gonna hit each other. So
yeah, at some
we'll
point,
get there.
maybe they will. Maybe there will be some upsets.
Maybe he'll pick Stripe over Jason. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going Freddy too.
Yeah, Freddy from life, bro.
Freddy from Nightmare on My Street. Shout out to Will Smith.
I'm going
Okay, so Andy,
Freddie Mercury, the scariest frontman of all time.
I have a great story about fucking Nightmare on My Street. It's not great. It's It's actually really mean.
Okay.
It's very mean-spirited, but it involves that song. We had a kid in our neighborhood that used to hang out with my little brother, and he was kind of irritating. He was around a lot, and we used to just like fuck with him. And we actually locked him in our bathroom and like put the radio like up against the door.
It's abuse.
Yeah. Like we turned the lights off, which he was very capable of like turning the lights
them
back on.
Right.
But you put somebody in the bathroom and it's not their house. It's already confusing. You don't know where the light switch is. But yeah, we like pushed the radio up and we hit play on that. Now, to be fair, I was also terrified of that song.
Oh man, thank you.
Even while like scaring this kid in our bathroom, I'm also hearing the song at the same time, and I'm also terrified.
So my story didn't sound so crazy to you.
No.
Okay, that's awesome.
Hello, wife. She's probably gone already.
She's long gone. Let's wrap this up. I gotta pee. Hurry up.
All right.
All right.
Let's knock a couple real quick. You ready? Only because I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm an old man. Can't you see? Bub the zombie. Bub is from Day of the Dead. Versus Tarman, which is a zombie from Return of the Living Dead.
I'm a Tarman guy.
Tarman. Yeah.
Y'all some cowards. Bub's a real character, but also he's not real. Again, not really a bad guy.
I mean.
Next, we got the battle of the dangerous gases. You got the fog versus the mist.
Oh, that's
this one intrigued me like The Thing and the Blob did. But it was I want to see them fucking fight. I want ghost pirates versus alien-y bugs things from another dimension.
The mist has some Lovecraftian monsters in there too, walking around.
Yeah, very very spooky creatures.
I'm gonna curveball on the John Carpenter thing and go mist on this one because I just think that is way more frightening than ghost pirates.
Yeah, it's definitely the mist.
Those bugs that came out of that shit that fucking ate faces and fucking then there was like tentacles and things the size of fucking skyscrapers inside of it. That's all really horrifying.
Yeah, everybody can drive in the fog.
With today's technology.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, next. We got a vampire fight. We got Jerry Dandridge, sexy vampire from Fright Night, versus David, sexy vampire from Lost Boys.
Ooh.
This is a super toughie.
It is.
I'm going to go David.
Tough.
I'm going David.
Right out of the gate.
I'm going Dandridge. And I'm also going Dandridge both versions, Colin Farrell and What's-His-Face. I love both versions so much. I think Colin Farrell rules, but I love the OG guy. I don't know, is the actor's name escapes me right now, but because he had that soap opera actor vibe that was perfect.
Yeah.
And I huge Fright Night fan, and I love the vampire designs in that.
Fuck, this sucked. I did not want it to come down to me on this one.
Ooh, coming down, it's coming down.
Both are super sexy vampires. I love both of those movies so fucking much.
Chris Sarandon is the original.
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Just Tourette's.
Shit.
Cue the Jeopardy music. Don't actually cue it or we'll get kicked off.
That's right. We don't want Trebek coming back out of the grave for us.
They didn't make that public domain so people could just use that.
Nah, the show's still on.
shit.
Dandridge. I think Dandridge would kick David's ass too.
I agree.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he
He's definitely
would.
more scary. Let's go Jerry. Scary Jerry.
Jerry! I love, and plus a vampire named Jerry. It's such a great line.
Right?
But Michelangelo carved David in his small penis. You're right, Jerry Dandridge.
Okay.
I will say this about David. My older brother's name is David, and we watched that together when we were kids. And it for a little bit, I was terrified of him. I was terrified of my own brother being a vampire.
Like I said, then just pull up the Michelangelo statue, and then you just laugh.
All right, I got a real hard one for you here. Michael Myers versus the cave monsters from The Descent.
The crawlers from Descent. Shit.
Let me go ahead and just move on to the next one.
Right, because we all
talk
agree
about
crawlers,
Michael Myers,
right?
It's an automatic. It's an automatic. We're moving on.
Yeah.
We got next up. We have Dog Soldiers Werewolf versus American Werewolf and London Werewolf.
Ooh.
Which are two completely different fucking werewolf designs, and this one also pisses me off. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and just write it down.
I'm going American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah, same. Goodbye, Dog Soldiers.
God damn it.
The next one is a perfect one for me. This is Sam, the little pumpkin head thing from Trick or Treat.
Oh.
Versus Creep from Creepshow.
Sam.
Oh.
They are both a anthology character. It was the tying factors of anthology horror. Obviously, Creepshow is more content, but Sam has grown a very strong following. But I'm going Creepshow.
I'm going Sam.
I'm going Sam too.
Oh, you cunts.
Yeah, sorry. I like that. I like the bagheads, you know?
Yeah.
That's racist. All right.
Is it?
Yeah. Next up, we have a very awful one. I saved it for last.
I'd like to apologize to all the bagheads out there. I didn't mean to offend you.
I would like to apologize.
Made fun of my bag!
I would like to apologize in advance for these racists. Pinhead versus Candyman.
Oh, Candyman.
Wow, so quick.
These are both beautiful creations from Clive Barker.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Give me the fucking Hell Priest, man. Give me the Hell Priest.
Pinhead, Candyman. So it falls on me, huh? That's fucking hard, man. Because, like,
yeah,
Hellraiser 2 has pockets of good stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part, most of the Hellraiser movies are bad. Most of the Candyman, but Candyman has a remake, which is good.
Yeah.
Under all
shout
the
out
pins,
to that. That is
under
a
all the
great
pins, yeah,
fucking remake.
He's just powder.
Powder.
Easy.
Pinhead.
He's a bat.
Hey, Powder's a good movie.
No, it's not.
That movie was made by a pedo. That's the Jeepers Creepers guy. He did fucking Powder, that pedo.
Yeah.
He fucked
I
a
saw
lot of
Powder in
boys,
the theater.
little
Fuck that.
That's why Jeepers Creepers and Creature is not on my list because that's some pedo shit and everybody needs to just let go of it. Who cares? It's not good enough to be like, can't you separate the art from the artist? Who gives a fuck? It's not that interesting of a horror movie. So shut the fuck up. It was made by the pedo. Every time you buy this shit or whatever, you're just like, I encourage pedophilia. That's what you're saying if you're pro Jeepers Creepers. That you think
watch Jeepers Creepers 2. What are you watching? You're watching a thing fucking drool over children on a bus. Disgusting.
I've not seen it.
Disgusting.
Not not to sound racist, but it's Pinhead.
Ah,
Anyway,
racist.
Now, I'm gonna go pee and get a new drink. So you guys talk more about Candyman
Yeah.
a while ago, or whatever
I
you
mean,
want.
we're gonna talk about the loser. No thanks. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I thought
I was
Candyman was definitely going through.
I was actually talking to somebody about uh the actual Candyman story in the Books of Blood that Clive Barker wrote. If you have, you know books, right? You know what books are. You should probably
They're
read some.
those they're those things that you put on coffee tables?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen them before, never opened it, but I've seen it.
So there's a part in the story that Candyman comes from where the main character is like outside of the buildings and she's trying to get off the property, but she's like between a fence and a row of the buildings, and she's walking through and she stops because she hears the sound and she's like trying to sneak out. So she's like, oh, I heard something. Like, I don't want to make any noise. And then she can hear, and it's like right up against the wall. And Clive does this amazing thing where he like really tightens the space. So it's
Yeah.
like the fence is like right up next to the building so she can hear directly into it. And it starts off where she thinks it's a dog. Like, she's listening in like real close, like, oh, I hear somebody, like I want to wait until they leave, whatever. But it's right against the fucking wall. So at first it sounds like a dog, but then she realizes that it's like a human, like moaning and like groaning and growling,
Yeah.
like starts tearing at the wall. Like it's so gross, like to actually like read it, like put yourself in that fucking spot. And it's like trying to tear through the wall to like get at her.
Right.
And you're like in a space like this, like you're smashed in between like these two things, and you really, it doesn't matter which way you go. Like either you go back into like the place you're not supposed to be that you're trying to leave, and then you go the other way, but you're still like fighting your way through it, and you don't know if it's gonna like come. It's so terrifying. Like, it's so well done. But I absolutely love that story. I really like that first movie. The remake is really fucking good. I don't know if you watched it yet or not.
No, so I can't wait to see it just because if I think about two moments that have gotten me kind of back into watching some of the horror, it's not like
Mm-hmm.
I'm the biggest fan. I'm not going out of
Right.
my way and watching a bunch, but certain ones come out. And literally the two things is the podcast where, you know, James, Drew, Wes, all drafted movies that I had to watch, and obviously that was a big deal. But before that, it's Get Out, it's Jordan Peele, and then it's us. So anything Jordan Peele does, for whatever reason, I've been into the aesthetic or just the movie and the directions that he's done with everything. So I have zero doubt I'm gonna love this because,
But keep in
yeah,
mind that he's just a producer on this one.
okay,
Nia DaCosta directed this
gotcha,
one,
gotcha,
and she did a fucking fantastic job.
yeah,
Just an absolute fantastic job. The main character is in the new Jake Gyllenhaal movie. He plays opposite of Jake Gyllenhaal in
yeah,
Ambulance.
okay.
Uh, Dude is really fucking good. Just
No, I'm
he's so
excited to
good.
see this though.
They put a
I've
weird spin on it. Like, I don't. You've seen the original Candyman?
yeah.
They put such a weird spin on this one that, like, as soon as you start seeing the differences, you get really excited.
Yeah,
Hello.
this is one I was planning on watching with the wifey probably the night of Halloween.
Hell yeah, man!
And I was kind
What
of
are you
saving
talking
it for
about?
that.
Candyman, the new
Candyman.
Candyman.
Mandy can.
Andy can.
The
Andy
Mandy
Man.
can,
The Andy Man
man.
can.
Yeah, the new Candyman slaps.
See
Totally.
Andy Man.
Fucking hard.
So good.
No, I gotta pee.
Oh my fucking! Why wouldn't you pee when I go pee?
Yeah, you old pumpkin dick
Because I was talking to
motherfucker.
Andy.
Yeah, pumpkin dick. That's why
All
you
I'm
gotta.
gonna do is pickle these curtains.
That's why
Did
you
you
got a
watch
little
the-
David Michelangelo stock.
Did you watch the Lakers Suns game last night?
Yeah, that thing got a little bit crazy.
That was a wild, weird game. It was very tense
Yeah.
from the beginning to end. I was like, "What is?" I was like, "There can't be that much animosity from last season."
I love those two teams facing off. Like I just
I think
They
it's
just-
I think it's the fact that the Suns are good, and they're
Mhm.
just like, okay, well, the Lakers have always beaten us so many times. It's kind of like,
yeah.
but like there was that little clip of LeBron like talking shit to campaign. Yeah, you were home a year and a half ago, or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's true, but like, he was also in the finals, so like.
Well, I
you guys
mean
lost.
that just goes to show you that the
That's a
Suns
testament
are
to
in
how-
their head. They are in their head.
Mhm.
So I love it. It's fun.
But that last
Uh,
quarter, I was biting my nails there for a minute
Yeah.
because
All right, what do we got?
All right, we got round 2. This should go a little faster now.
And everybody has their what do you call them? Fine ladies.
Yeah, everybody still has their final girl. I only have a couple that I'm really saving it for in case of emergencies.
Say we're.
First up, we're at Chucky and Toshio from Ju-on, The Grudge. Both are the same size creatures somehow.
That's a great matchup.
Yeah, they're both little things.
Fuck. I'm going Chucky.
I'm going Toshio. Fuck
Wow. Okay.
Nice. Now I look uncultured.
Chucky. You just continue to be a racist.
Well, as you guys don't let Candyman go through, but whatever.
Put my hair out here.
Come on, Larry.
I'm gonna go
Get your
Chucky.
shit together.
I'm gonna go Chucky.
There we
Oh,
go.
You cunts.
There we go.
Next, we have
Hello,
a very ridiculous one.
Little candles. Those are my candles.
Yeah, but it smells good.
You're wasting my
With the
candles.
Hitcher,
Cool outfit.
the Hitcher and the Thing.
That's my bat.
The
Thanks.
thing.
Hey, Lynn, what are you wearing?
Get in there.
What's up?
How you doing? Nice to
Hey.
meet you. I'm Andy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I've heard all
I'm
kinds
Larry.
of things about
Hi,
you.
Bernie.
Bernie.
Larry David.
That was really good.
Oh, I wanted it to be Bernie Sanders.
He's
still
got a
kicking
shirt
the whole
that's
ass
He's
circled
my
and it
favorite.
says "Me in 2020."
Oh, that's cute. What's up? I'm pointing at it.
Look, Lynn.
No, you're on right now.
I know, I see that.
Lynn, who would you pick, the Hitcher or the Thing?
The Thing.
There you go.
There you go. She knows the score.
It's obviously the Thing. Poor Hitcher, though. Great movie. Check it out if you
Yeah, I've
can.
never seen the other one.
It's great. You should watch
I got
it. It's
work to
fantastic.
do.
Next, we have Puppet Master. All the puppets from Puppet Master versus the Babadook, the gay icon.
Oh,
Babadook.
Babadook.
Pinocchio versus Babadook, huh?
We were talking about that earlier.
Were you?
Yeah.
I'm going Puppet
Mine's
Master.
Puppet Master. It's Puppet Master.
It's Puppet Master all day. Babadook is. Puppet Master should be a gay icon as well. Why not?
Agreed.
I
Andy
don't
has no
know.
thoughts.
Yeah, I don't care either way on this one.
Okay, well,
I don't think Puppet
Yeah.
Master should be a
Right.
gay icon though. I will say that.
you're
that
keeping
seems
that
problematic.
one for the straights.
That one seems problematic if a Puppet Master is a gay icon.
But they're
No, the puppets, you dingus.
the puppets from Puppet Master.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, now this matchup might be my favorite of all time. Norman Bates versus the Critters.
Oh
Huh?
wow.
Yeah, you can let her out.
Norman Bates in his house on the hill versus all the Kreitz.
Oh man.
It's so stupid that I love it.
God damn it. Oh my god. This fucking dog. Jesus Christ.
That was rude of her.
Well, Courtney just got overtaken by the Kreitz.
Yeah. In the shape of my dog.
Kill Kreitz.
She totally just barreled out and like ripped my phone off of the table.
I mean, the Kreitz are whooping that Norman Bates ass if it's a straight up
sure.
fight.
Yeah, 1-on-1. It's over.
Word.
It's not Bates' time though. Give me Norman Bates.
Yeah, it's hard to go Critters over Norman, but Norman.
Yeah.
It's Bates for sure.
All right.
One.
Moving on. See, this is where it's gonna start just being those big dogs. It's just gonna be like it's the Lakers versus the Sacramento Kings. Here we go. Every round.
All
You're
right.
gonna
What do
know
we
where
got?
it goes every time. This is a fun one. Black Phillip, Evil Goat versus Pazuzu, Reagan Pazuzu.
Oh my goodness.
It's Black Phillip, bruh.
I'm going Reagan.
It's also Black Phillip, and that was gonna be my final girl if I had to.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not.
No, I got you
she's
on that
gone.
one, dude. Fucking Black Phillip for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad she's gone.
Just
All right,
way
I'm
more
happy
evil.
about that. Next up, fucking Jack Torrance versus They Live Aliens.
Oh, what a matchup.
I
Okay.
love it.
I want Jack in this one.
Yeah, I'm going
I want
Torrance.
Ellie. I thought she wanted to talk with horror movies tonight.
I'll give you the bracket and you can do it with her.
I'll go Torrance.
Oh yeah.
Dang. Justin Timberlake again. I'll just say They Live just to be the third guy.
Bye.
Cool guy. I'll be the cool guy. This is a fun. Jaws, Bruce the Shark versus Gage from Pet Sematary.
Oh, he's eating that kid.
Yeah. We know kids get eaten in the ocean all the time, so yeah. Give me Bruce.
That's hilarious, though. It's just like the shark.
Although Gage might stab him from the inside. He might just straight up gut that
There's
shark.
also that.
You just have
There's
to get
also
him to
that.
the fucking Pet Cemetery and bury the shark in there, and then he'll be on his side.
And the shark's confused because he's like, why is this little kid wearing that inside the ocean?
Yeah, why are you dressed like a dinky pilgrim? All right, next up, we have a very wild matchup. Ghostface versus a Xenomorph.
Xeno.
I'm going Ghostface.
Wow! Jeez Louise, this one sucks. I really hate to see Ghostface go out so quick.
Fuck that.
But it's got to be Xenomorph. So
All right, well, I'm using my final girl then.
No!
What?
Yeah. Bye-bye,
God.
Xenomorph.
Holy
Damn it.
shit, the upset of all fucking upsets. Holy shit.
Just because I know what the next matchup is and I
Nice,
want
sweetheart.
Yep.
Love you too.
Wow. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that. Probably.
I seriously had pictured all of this going down to the end and me fighting like an asshole for Xenomorph like I did last
That's why I
time for
was like-
Alien.
That's why I was like, I know who I'm using it against. We're not going to have that again.
Well played. Well played.
All right, next up we have Pennywise versus Dr. Dekker.
Ooh,
Shit.
give me that deck.
Yeah, I'm going Dekker too.
All right,
Pennywise
yeah.
obviously is like a more cultural like staple, but
Yeah.
for me, again, I'm not afraid of clowns, but I do think the Dekker mask is is top
It's
5.
cooler. It's way cooler.
The
Yeah.
top
Dude, we
5
didn't-
is
we
There's been
didn't-
so many clowns.
We didn't talk about this scene the first time we talked about Dekker, but when he's in that family's house
Oh yeah.
and he kills the fucking dad and then he kills the mom
Hmm.
and then the kid's like at the top of the stairs and he just fucking turns and starts walking up the stairs. That is fucking just brutal. Just straight
Dekker,
fucking
yeah.
brutal.
Dekker the clown wrecker.
He also has.
There you go.
He just has an office with the knives hanging up. All
Look at
right.
all those pictures.
It's like a weird bar with bras, but knives.
Next up,
Yeah.
another Mongoloid off. Leatherface versus Pumpkinhead.
Leather.
Leather. Yeah.
That's fine. Just remember that you used your fucking final girl so early for Ghostface.
I love it.
Fuck chode.
All right.
Thank you for calling me that. I haven't been called that since 6th grade. So
We
now
got
I'm feeling good.
She bought me chode jeans.
We got the entity from It Follows versus Santi, Ghost Boy.
Shit.
It follows.
I mean, it's tough
Entity,
because
yeah.
Santi's like a hero character, so it's like he's very scary, but he's also like a good. He's not evil.
I don't know. I think the entity is like one of the most terrifying things there is.
That's probably the best point of all of it, is that the entity is actually scary. And not that Santi didn't scare me the first time I saw him, and then you find out that he's a hero, but
Yeah, he's creepy. He's very scary to look at, but he's not an evil character.
yeah, it's definitely entity.
All right. It Follows deeper than I thought. Next up, you have Jason.
I like what you did there.
Yeah. Jason Voorhees versus Stripe the Gremlin.
Jason.
God, I want to take Stripe so bad. But
Do not fuck me on this one, too.
I'll go Jason.
He's out. It's always going to be Jason all day. This is
I
a one.
thought about it.
This one sucked for Courtney, maybe. I don't know. Freddy
Yeah, it
Krueger
does.
versus Tarman.
It's kind of a banger fucking matchup here.
It's Freddy all day.
Freddy. Yeah.
Fuck.
Freddy's goated, man. He's goated. This one's real dumb. The Mist versus Jerry Dandridge.
Give me JD.
He can see through the mist. So yeah, I'm gonna go JD as well.
He can turn into Mist himself.
Absolutely.
He can blend into the Mist. Also, again, he has no problem with hooking up with teenage girls, and he just goes into nightclubs and just commits statutory rape in front of.
Are you saying that the mist is a teenage girl and we've never known it this whole time?
It could be.
It's at least the mind of a teenage girl.
That's true. Oh man.
This one kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Michael Myers versus the American Werewolf.
Whoa.
Yeah.
American Werewolf, man.
Wow. It's Mike Myers all day.
Shit.
Ah, man, this is a weird one. This could be a turning point. I can't. It's Mike Myers.
Hey,
Fuck.
thank you.
I can't. I wanted to, but
There are no goddamn werewolves on this fucking bracket anymore.
Yeah, because they're so easy to kill. There's one bullet. Bam! You're dead.
it's fair.
Michael Myers can get shot with a silver bullet. He'll just keep killing people.
True.
Oh, next we got Sam from Trick or Treat versus Pinhead. It's obviously
Sam.
Pinhead. It's Pinhead all day.
Sam,
Pinhead,
all day.
bro. It's
Damn
Pinhead.
it. Fucking powder got through again.
Yeah, we cooking now. We cooking with
BDSM powder.
Yo. All right. Fuck shit. We're on to the next round. This is serious now, okay? You need to put on your serious faces. There's some
Nope.
wild cards in here. Do you want them to go that far? Think about that. Chucky versus The Thing starts us off.
Thing.
Wow.
It's the Thing. The Chucky is a
Yeah.
There you go. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
The Thing is way more terrifying.
Is an icon. This is Puppet Master Puppets still in here with Norman Bates.
Give me Norman Bates.
It's Norman Bates.
Yeah.
NB, he's creepy as fuck. Dresses up like a lady. Not there's anything wrong with that.
Dresses up like his mom, more specifically, which that's even weirder.
Oh, yeah, that's worse. All right, now we got Black Phillip versus Jack Torrance.
I'm going Jack.
Courtney's
This is a
struggling.
battle of a couple of our favorites.
Courtney's
One of my
struggling
favorites,
with
first
some
one is
faves right now. He's struggling
Justin's
with faves.
phase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's struggling. If it helps, I'm going Black Phillip.
That doesn't help.
You basically have to say that you don't like one of these.
Right.
That's not true. You don't have to say that.
I mean, you
I've
don't
said
have
no
to say it,
lots
but
of things I like.
you're saying it by pushing one through. You're like, this one is better than this one. That's just what you're saying.
I feel like I could fuck you on this one and say Jack.
You can do whatever you want. God gave you free will.
Jack Torrance.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and just ignore that with my final girl.
That's what I was hoping you would do so I could keep mine.
So now Courtney has the only final girl left.
I will push that goat as far as I can push it.
Yeah, that's what the people that fuck them say too.
Next up.
When they're pushing him towards the ledge.
Next up,
Let me grab him by the horns.
Just an FYI, we could have had Jaws versus the Xenomorph, but now we have Jaws versus Ghostface because of somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
man.
guy.
Give me Ghostface.
I'm going to have to go Ghostface too if it's versus Jaws.
All right.
Somehow
Yeah.
you push
I would have gone Jaws, but whatever.
You still can.
Hey, Ghostface is eating up that shark, chopping it up, and just eating that terrible meat.
I am not wasting my final girl on that.
I like this next one with Dr. Dekker versus Leatherface, both with
Oh.
masks.
I'll start it off. I'm going Dekker.
I'm going leather.
Probably the upset
Hard.
there, but, you know, hey,
This
I
one's
like
hard.
the design.
This one's hard because, like, I mean, Leatherface is Leatherface, and
Yeah.
Dekker. I'm such a Clive Barker fan.
I'll put it this way. Fucking Leather has so many movies,
Yeah.
and Dekker exists in only one movie and still holds. Like, he holds the fuck up.
I just
In
like
that
the design
movie.
better of Dekker than Leatherface, but I do agree that Leatherface is for sure more iconic, but Dekker, the design, for me, pushes it further.
I gotta go.
If it was 1-1, Leather holds up better for me in one movie than
Yeah,
than
I gotta go. Unfortunately, I have to go Leatherface because Leatherface's on-screen intro is so frightening and terrifying right out the gate. That first couple seconds of him just bursting in.
That's fair.
Watching that first, because again, he has a lot of movies that you get distracted by the way he looks and how he acts. But in the very first movie, he's a frightening screen presence, just
Yes.
loud and out of nowhere and very it's just a visual you can't forget. Again, Dekker is also fantastic visually, but like Leatherface, just that first minute that he's ever in a movie is some of the scariest film ever shot. So it's got to go LF.
No upper Dekker there.
Nope.
Dekker.
Now I'm gonna hurt you.
I will upper Dekker Dekker.
I'm gonna hurt you with the It Follows versus Jason.
Jason,
Wow.
man.
That's a great matchup.
They're very similar. Killing horny teenagers, walking slowly towards teenagers and killing them.
That's so
There you
true.
go.
That's so true.
Jason just looks cooler, man.
I will take the thing that you don't see coming, so I'm going to go with the upset here and take the entity.
Yeah, it's got to be Jason.
Thank you.
It Follows is a scarier movie, but I've had when I have stress nightmares when my room is too hot. I have nightmares where something is chasing me. It's usually Jason or Michael Myers. Because my brain is so fixated on things, on pop culture stuff, those two guys are just known for walking towards you and you can never get away from them. So when I'm having those kinds of dreams, they're it. And 9 times out of 10, it's Jason chasing me around and I can never get away from his ass. So it's always Jason.
Mine's usually I'm driving from the back seat and there's nobody in the front seat. And we're heading towards some sort of tree or something, and I can't get up to the front seat to stop the car. I don't know what that means.
It means you're gay. I read a book.
Right.
I read a book.
Okay. I'll have to, I'll have to rethink things. Like, am I into penis? I don't know. Maybe I am.
It means you are. There's nothing wrong with that. So I say, get to experimenting.
I don't even have to go to therapy now to figure it out. You figured it out for me.
Based on what?
I read the whole book.
Yeah. Basically, I told him that my dreams, my nightmares, is me in the back seat and there's nobody in the front seat driving. And I have to try to get to the front seat to stop the car before it hits like a tree or goes over a bridge or something.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I read a book called The Definitive Book on Dreams.
Yeah.
By Dr. Dream
Dekker.
And it says if you have that dream that you're a homosexual and you need to
There
come
it is.
out to your family and friends and change your life immediately.
Maybe that's why Babadook bothered me. I don't know.
Yeah. The Babadook should inspire you to be out and proud.
My nightmares usually consist of being inside of a house.
Although I really thought you were going to say inside of something else.
I thought you were
sometimes-
going to say that you live your nightmares every day.
Well, sort of.
That doesn't work.
But I'm usually inside of a house that has like a wall of windows where I can see out, and I know something's coming towards it, but I'll
like
never
an
see
entity?
it.
Like an
Yeah,
entity.
Yeah, but I never see it. I never see it, and I know that I have to like leave or find a place to go, but I can't. Like I'm usually just stuck in this one spot, like waiting for it to come, and it never comes. But
So
I know
Justin
it's coming.
clearly has the most normal nightmares, is what we figured out.
Yeah.
I only have nightmares when I'm hot. If it's hot in the room, I don't really.
Mine are usually anxiety ridden.
I'm always being chased. It's always some fucking annoying shit where I can't get away from something, and I eventually just force myself up and then turn the fan on, and then I'm fine. Next, we have Freddy versus Jerry Dandridge. Both
Oh, man.
Freddy versus Jerry, both white guy neighbor names.
Give me Freddy.
Freddy versus Jerry. Jerry versus Freddy.
Fuck.
And it's going to have to be Freddy unless you want to waste your shit on that.
No, I don't want to waste it on that.
I love Jerry, but Freddy is goated. This one will be a tricky one. Mike Myers versus Pinhead.
Oh,
Shit, our first
Mike
like
Myers all day.
big banger here.
Fucking gold member versus powder. Gold member.
This is a heavyweighter right here. These are a couple of heavyweights.
I'll put it this. Okay, fucking Pinhead could easily fucking just rip fucking Michael Myers apart to pieces with his fucking hooks.
Yeah.
Both are 100% evil.
Yeah. That's fucking true, but Mike Myers is...
But Pinhead's also sexy too.
Sexy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You into acupuncture?
He's a evil sex genie.
Oh, and the things the acts that he provides are also sexual in nature, but he is not sexy.
No, he is not. Unless
Sort of.
you're into some weird shit, man.
He's just into a bald.
Maybe I am.
Hey, I'm not here to judge. I just found out I'm gay.
I'm
Well,
gonna
there's that.
I'm gonna pick Mike Myers. You have your choice.
I don't have a choice. You both picked Michael Myers.
No, I mean you could.
Use your final girl on.
Why would I
Powder.
waste it on that? Why would I waste it on
don't
that?
know
Jason is
why.
still on the board.
You're sexually attracted to Pinhead. I don't know.
Jason is still on the board here, fellas.
You want him to show you some sights.
Stick your pins in me. Stick your pins in me.
Holy shit! We're down to what is this? The quarterfinals? Oh my god!
Oh man.
Okay, look, I will go back and say fucking Pinhead mostly because it's not the greatest movie, Part 3, but he has one of the best fucking lines in that movie where he says, "Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?" That is fucking such a great line. It's wasted in that shit fest of a fucking movie. But god damn it if it's not a great
I like
fucking...
when he says, "I'm stuck."
Shut up. Just shut up.
All right,
Okay,
now,
he can't comfortably put a shirt on quickly.
now you have to get serious.
All right.
We have some big matchups coming. Luckily, we're gonna brace ourselves with a couple sort of ridiculous ones before it gets very, very heated.
Yeah.
It's like Squid Game. Like you're watching it and like 200 people get killed, and you're like, "This movie's great," or "This show's great, very entertaining." And then it gets into the episode where it's like they kill like one person. You're like, "I am so depressed."
Yeah.
Yep.
That fucked me up.
Andy, I'm really glad to see that you survived watching it.
Oh man.
That's
Yeah,
where
and I
we
watched
are
the
now in
dubbed
the bracket.
one, so it was way worse. If I would have watched in English, I felt like it would have taken something off of it, you know? Because like the dubs would have been a little off, so it doesn't hit as hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that fucked me up.
That's where we are now in the bracket. We're in episode 6 or whatever the fuck of this show. Things are gonna start to hurt on the way out. But first, we have one. I would say we have two ridiculous ones right left. One is The Thing versus Norman Bates.
If I'm going scary, I'm going The Thing, man.
I'm going Norman Bates.
I'm gonna have to go JC Thing all day.
All right.
Because Norman is great, but The Thing is just that creature, that movie, everything about it is on another fucking planet.
100%.
That's fair.
Next up, we have the battle of the final girls. Black Phillip versus Ghostface.
The matchup nobody saw coming.
Nobody counted on the goat to be this far in.
Yeah, I think this was.
It could have been. It could have been.
It could have been.
This could have been so great.
It is. What are you talking about? Ghostface versus Black Phillip?
No.
I'm still gonna go Black Phillip,
and I'm still gonna go Ghostface.
Oh shit!
We beat you.
Yeah, it's all good. I knew that was happening. But either way, Ghostface still at the end of the day beat Xenomorph, and that's all that matters.
That is so fucked. Now
you guys weren't going to take Black Phillip over
never
Xenomorph,
be able to
right?
The Xenomorph versus
what's that?
Final.
I'm just saying, you guys weren't going to take Black Phillip over Xenomorph, so I kind of did you a favor.
I don't know. I think Courtney might have taken Xenomorph over Black Phillip.
I definitely would have taken Xeno on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
We would have fought it out on that
That's
one.
what I'm saying.
I probably would have wasted. I would have wasted my final girl on that one.
Well, you only have
it's a good thing I did this.
you only have like two more chances to use it if it's coming down to it.
Yeah.
Now we have some rough ones to get through.
Okay.
We gotta really think about this now. You got Leatherface versus Jason Voorhees.
Wow.
It's Jason, bro. Jason's got way more fucking cool movies than fucking Leatherface does.
I'm gonna go Jason as well.
Thank you.
Well, I don't have a fucking say, but I again, Leatherface is again. If we're talking about scary, if I would defend Leatherface, I think Leatherface is scarier.
That's fair.
Out the gate, Jason wore a fucking potato sack on his head. Not scary.
That's
Right.
scary to me.
He's just a big.
They're both big burly dudes.
I think
Yeah,
Jason's
but
just a little more
Leatherface-
iconic.
Because of the way Toby Hooper shot Texas Chainsaw, Leatherface out the gate is scarier than
Yeah,
any
absolutely.
incarnation of any of the Jasons in any Jason movie. The first minute of Leatherface is scarier than any Jason moment in any Jason movie.
Yeah,
Jason,
but
for me is
Leatherface wants to hit you with a chainsaw. Fucking Jason's gonna hit you with whatever he's got next to him.
I'm just
And he's
Even if
gonna
it's
keep
your
coming.
Body. It might just be your body
Yeah.
he's gonna use.
Inside of a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I think Jason is cooler,
Yeah.
visually cooler, aesthetically cooler.
Stylistically.
I'm more of a later Jason fan than an early Jason fan. I like the way he looks in like 6 and 7 and beyond. And even Freddy versus Jason, I like the way he looks in that. Leatherface, though, if we're talking just what's scary, he's scarier in that movie, and then he's not scary ever again, really, to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Jason's going on. I hear rain. Next up, we have another doozy. Freddy
This
Krueger
big one.
versus Michael Myers.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that is a big
I
one.
knew this was coming, boys. Y'all fucked up. You could have had the mist.
Could have
I
had
mean-
Dandridge.
You could have had Jared Dandridge in there, sucking face with teenagers.
Could have had
These
Freddy
are-
versus Pinhead as well.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't.
This one's hard for me, really fucking hard. This one's really fucking hard with me because Nightmare and Halloween, those first two movies are in my top 5 favorite horror movies of all time. I love them both so much. And they're completely different.
So different.
Freddy and Michael Myers couldn't be... I mean, Michael Myers obviously has way more in common with Jason.
Yeah.
Because they're silent killers. Freddy is theatrical and like
Hilarious.
he's audacious and just he's extra.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going Freddy. I'm going Freddy.
But I'd say, and again, huge John Carpenter fan. John Carpenter is, again, he's in my top 5 filmmakers of all time. Michael Myers in the first Halloween is the most effective slasher of all time. Because, and he, again, takes from Norman Bates stuff that they stole from Hitchcock and things of that nature. Where it's the stuff the gore you don't see, it's the suspense, and that's why him and Freddy are so different because Freddy is what you see,
And
Michael
Freddy's
Myers
coming
is-
at you when you go to sleep versus
Michael Myers is like he's in the closet, he's literally
Yeah.
just standing a foot away from you, not making a big deal.
That's the thing, like, This one's so hard because like you look at the ending of the first Halloween where they just show you all those places that he could be, that he's
Oh, yeah.
already been, but he could totally be those places again. And like, fuck. But Freddy is like the one place where you're supposed to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and he can go anywhere versus Michael
Can be
Myers is
anything.
in person, right? Versus Freddy is he could literally be anywhere because it's just a dream state.
Yeah.
I literally am so upset by this. I am. This is like choosing a child.
It's very tough. Very, very tough.
I am honestly, I keep going back and forth in my head, and then I go, what about this? What about this, you fucking idiot?
Exactly.
There's no wrong answer here. I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
There really isn't.
Ooh, okay. I'm
God.
gonna try to think about this by movies, and it's what's funny about this is the movies in general are the same for me as well. Like, I really love the first Nightmare. I really love the first Halloween, and then after that, I think that Halloween 2018 was pretty good.
See, I'm the first three on both of them.
And then after that, with Nightmare, I'm a New Nightmare guy. I love New Nightmare.
I hate that fucking movie. I hate that movie. I hate that movie.
Well, that's because you don't get it.
Oh, I don't get it.
Does Michael Myers ever sleep?
He probably slept quite a bit when he was like dosed up in the mental hospital.
Yeah. So here, okay. So the first three of each character, you have 1, 2, and 3 of Halloween, which people think 3 is the weakest. And then you have 1, 2, and 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street, and people think 2 is the weakest.
Yeah, those are
So,
true statements.
like, first 3 movies, you have like at least one in there that is kind of wonky for people. 3 for Halloween straight up doesn't have Michael Myers in it, but it still holds up for me.
Well, yeah, again, but that you can't even include it because Michael Myers is not in it. So this is the Michael Myers. He's the guy.
Right, but it's so then yeah, if I had to go to 4, 4 sucks. I fucking hate 4. I hate 4 and 5. 6 is okay.
It's wild that Freddy has less movies now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is kind of wild.
But Freddy does have more better movies.
Also, I do think this has to come into account. If you think about the type of kills, Freddy has a lot more creative kills than Michael
Oh, right
Myers.
out of the gate. Just right
Yeah.
out of the fucking gate. First movie alone, the kills are fucking night and day.
Yeah.
Literally.
He's also
Which
a
is-
child killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
He's also a child killer, which is super fucking dark.
Yeah.
Not just teenagers, but actual legit children. Well, they don't show that, and Michael Myers actually kills kids in the newest movies.
Yeah.
In the old movies, he kind of just would let them run away.
So it kind of works on the same level. Fuck, this one's super hard.
What about just visually?
I mean,
I think a
Michael
burnt
Myers
dude
definitely
is-
more basic.
Because Jason and Mike Myers are very similar in that sense.
Yeah.
The coveralls and a white face.
And then the claw, the iconic claw, but
Freddy's very theatrical. He's got a striped sweater, a fucking fedora.
Freddy's
kinda like a
definitely
ball
visually
sack.
more terrifying, but when you look at Michael, you don't know exactly what he looks like, though. Like, you're thinking about what's underneath of it. You hear him described as being, like, pure evil. Like, his eyes are the devil's
Yeah.
eyes, but you can't fucking see them. It's, oh, shit.
versus Freddy's interior is actually his exterior.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, they're both bald.
There's also that.
Mike Myers is bald now. They showed him in the new movie. Well, no, 2018 and the movie. He's bald.
Oh, this is wild. So Michael Myers has earned a total of $347 million, which is $38.6 million per film. Freddy, $339.7, which is $42.4 per million. So total wise, they're pretty close, but per film wise, Freddy is slightly higher.
Yeah, because Freddy, his movies were like back to back to back, and then Halloween kind of got spread out, and when they were having when they kept switching the rights around.
Yeah, so they did too much.
They were real low budget, and they weren't like as big of a release as the Nightmares were, because Nightmare kind of was popular. Halloween wasn't as much with like general audiences. Like 5 and 6, people weren't rushing out to the theaters to see those fucking movies. And for good reason, because they're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Did Busta do a song for Resurrection?
I have no idea. But Resurrection is horrible.
Because I could also argue the points that they both had rap songs.
Well, they had rock songs too. They had Dawkins.
I mean, Mike Myers has had way more
SOD.
kills, right?
SOD did a Freddy Krueger song.
Yeah, Freddy was definitely more metal, for sure.
Yeah.
Dream Warriors, come on.
Oh god, that was so
Dream Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Myers has had way more kills, but the stylistic and just the smartness of kills is definitely way more into Freddy's. So, do you like quantity or do you like quality?
Well, if you want to go like how I could die realistically, then Michael's would probably be scarier because you could see yourself dying that way. But at the same time, if you're dying in a dream, then you can die however the fuck your brain fucking makes you die. Like,
right.
It's still a battle.
Yeah, and I'm really fighting this in my brain, but because I was so angry at the new Halloween movie, it's really pestering me on my normal love for Michael Myers, and it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but I kind of agree.
Because it made me so mad in ways I have not been mad in a long time. So
I gotta pee.
All right. We're so close to some fuckery.
Yeah. No, this was the toughest matchup I think so far.
Yeah, I mean, but if you push, what sucks if you push Freddy through, then it's Freddy versus Jason, which is kind of an already. But then also, then if you have Mike Myers versus Jason, it's kind of they're both kind of worn arguments. I think this one is interesting because it's usually Freddy versus Jason or Jason versus Mike Myers. So this one's kind of a trickier chew down, I think, like to kind of get.
Yeah. Because Jason versus Mike Myers, I don't know. To me, that one's not as interesting.
Almost.
This one's definitely more interesting to me. Is Freddy versus either of them because it is different.
Yeah, Freddy versus Mike Myers is way different.
Yeah.
Because again, Mike Myers only went supernatural in part 6. The rest of it, he's just a guy who kills people. He can't be.
Yeah.
And Freddy was supernatural out the gate.
All right, what are you guys going with?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not wearing a Michael Myers sweater right now.
Me either. I'm clearly wearing a Freddy costume.
Oh, okay, I see you.
You see it now? You get the costume? I'm Freddy Krueger, haunter of children's dreams.
Freddy Krueger.
That was a hell of a matchup.
That was hard as shit.
Wait, did you both say Freddy?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think I said Freddy like 30 minutes ago.
Like right out of the gate. You were like, Freddy.
No, I gave it a little bit. I went creativity. I like the creativity.
It was like 10 seconds, Andy.
All right, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not happy and I'm not sad.
All right, where are we?
We're at the Thing versus Black Phillip.
I'm going to
Fine,
think.
this is going to the final. The matchup of that's it.
I'm going the Thing.
Yeah, the Thing.
I guess that's fair. I don't want the goat to be in there. At the very last round. People were silly.
I mean, this is a huge run for Black Phillip, though.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
On a final girl tip, Black Phillip went. But he got assimilated, and the Thing just got way more evil.
There it is.
Think about that. The Thing just got way more evil.
Think
Yeah, because
about
he consumed Black Phillip.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
now you have Jason versus Freddy, a very worn argument.
Man,
Jason.
I'm going Freddy.
This one, I'm just so horned up for. Here's the thing, I love Freddy versus Jason. I love that movie. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's great. And that was kind of, to me, it was perfect because nobody won, nobody lost.
Yeah.
They did kind of do this annoying thing where they made Jason be a little too victim-y. I don't care that, like, his mom... I don't care that he drowned or whatever. Like, accidents happen, okay? Accidents happen. People fucking drown all the time. Whatever.
It was avoidable.
Lots of things happen that are avoidable. Doesn't mean you should kill for, like, 60 years. Like, you just learn to let go. If you have eternal life, get some other hobbies.
Yeah, take up pottery.
Freddy is a child killer who can't help but kill children. Jason chooses to kill children. Freddy's more like
terrifying.
a pedophile where he's mentally ill. He can't stop. Jason chooses because it's a revenge thing. God damn. What did you guys fucking say?
I said Freddy and he said Jason.
And Cordy's going to pick this Jason as his final girl no matter what I say. Right? You've been saving it, you little hoe. I know you.
Well, test him. See if he does.
All right, then Freddy.
Because then the final
It's Jason.
Yeah, I
You
figured.
used it.
But at least the final is now fair.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I mean,
Yeah, because I can't final girl Jason as the winner.
Wow. All right. Jason versus the Thing.
Jason versus the Thing is wow.
The final.
Yeah.
That is not what I saw coming. Okay.
You got one fucking movie versus like 12.
Yeah, one movie. That's pretty good. Good, but it's again for horror fans. The Thing is such a monument. It's like it's a staple. It's just an achievement beyond achievements.
Yeah.
There are no horror fans that don't like The Thing.
Right.
There's no Jason movie that's better than The Thing.
No, there's not.
That's also true.
There's not. The Thing as a movie is fantastic. It's perfect. The perfect amount of suspense.
Yeah.
This one I can't be mad about losing. Because no matter what I pick, I'm a fucking winner.
Oh, this is really tough.
It is until you think about it like this. If the Thing took over Jason, then Jason kind of wins too, because
Which Jason though?
it doesn't matter which Jason.
Yeah, it does, because before 6 he was not supernatural.
Yeah, but the thing's just going to
He's
take
a
him
big
over
hard
and become like this unstoppable killer that
He's
while
gonna
it kills
have
you,
his
it's
mind
taking
with
you
his
over.
body.
Yeah.
So his mind with Jason's body. That's terrifying.
Yeah. So it's going to go and it's going to do. The thing is the winner in this one, because it's just going to take him over, and then it's Jason, and then everybody it kills is a part of it. Like it uses Jason as a fucking vehicle to just keep destroying.
Yeah, Jason's brutal with it, with the amount of kills that he's had, but he's also never been up against the Thing.
Unless his warped dead fucking DNA can't be assimilated.
I mean, beyond the science of the versus matchup, I mean, just aesthetically, which one? I would argue that Jason is a bigger pop culture.
Yeah, he's more iconic.
He's a bigger icon. He might be the biggest horror icon, I would argue. Because if you ever see any parody and stuff, any horror parody, they're wearing like hockey masks. It's always a machete and hockey mask is, I feel like, a more common parody than like even Freddy and the glove, like Myers and everything, the kitchen knife and the mask.
I'd agree.
And which is crazy because it's always a hockey mask attached to a chainsaw.
Well, that's the blend up.
Like, I've never seen kids walking the street as the Thing. I see kids walking the street as Jason every single year. God, this is tough one, because again, if it's about who's killing who, I think the Thing wins. But if it's about better and there's so many other aspects to it, then it's hard to
All right,
argue
I'm gonna be.
against Jason.
I'll take first strike.
Okay.
And let you guys fucking hash it out. I'm saying Jason. Just based on iconography, what he means to me, I'm saying Jason. I'm taking Jason on this one.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, Jason means so much to horror and pop culture on another level. The Thing is more of a horror fan movie. The Jason is a general audience's. Everybody knows, as soon as they see it, they know what it is, even if they haven't seen the movies.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things. It's like if you see like Spider-Man, you know what it is, like right away. It's like Jesus. Like no one has to teach you these things. You learn it as you grow up. If you see somebody with a hockey mask walking around in overalls, that's bad news.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
He's
versus
just
the Thing, people might not know.
And he's greater in that way, even than more than Michael Myers. Even though Michael Myers right now has the cultural, he has the attention of pop culture because of his new movies. Jason, I still think, is more popular.
Yeah.
Although I've seen kids dressing up like Michael Myers a lot, and kids aren't gonna dress up like the Thing. But like when you're talking about like horror snobbery,
yeah,
we're talking about horror fans,
right?
The Thing is like a go-to. It's like it's goated for horror fans. Like there are very few things. It's like Alien. Those movies are like, don't even talk about it. Alien, The Thing, like those movies are just like, you can't fuck with them. They're unfuckwithable. Like the first Halloween is unfuckwithable. But those are movies and not the characters. Fuck, man.
This
Honestly,
is like,
if I'm just being honest, it's Jason.
It's Jason. Yeah, I agree.
Just because just because of just the overall importance and on pop culture as a whole. His movies are mostly bad. Even the remake is problematic. I do like Freddy vs. Jason, though.
I do think people watch the movies for Jason, though, versus watching the movie for the movie itself.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal.
I think that is what has, as again, I'm going back to the new Halloweens. I watch the new Halloweens for Laurie, not Michael Myers, because I hate Michael Myers in these movies. I fucking hate him. I want him to be completely eviscerated. He's such a cunt. And so stupid that he can't be killed, even though it should be so easy. I want him gone. Jason is different because, well, no, like the remake Jason, I want him fucking dead. But like zombie Jason, I don't really want him to go. He's kind of fun.
Librarian Jason's the next one coming up, which I'm super excited for.
I got lice.
I take my glasses off and I shake my bald head.
Dude, you just went from Clark Kent to Superman.
I guess that's fucking it.
Yeah.
It's Jason.
I think it is a hell of a winner when you think about everything that you just mentioned. And yeah, you're right. Jason, you see one symbol and it's more, it registers in everybody's head more than any other, horror movie villain.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's funny, is I only think, and weirdly order enough, I think it's like out of just pop culture dominance, it's literally just Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, Leatherface, and then everybody's kind of sprinkled below that.
Yep, I agree. I prefer Freddy the most, personally.
I mean, maybe an alien, an alien xenomorph is a pretty popular, but it would still be like a number 5 as far as like.
Yeah, well, because xenomorph doesn't have this, I don't know, almost this personality that the.
Also, people don't.
Oh, it's 100% lack of personality for a xenomorph. Yeah. It's just 100%.
People don't even know. A lot of people don't know
rate.
It's called xenomorphs, so they don't even know that aspect of it. They're just like the alien from Alien. So
I swear to God, though, if they had made fucking alien costumes when I was a kid, I fucking would have been a goddamn xenomorph.
Are we gonna get another Freddy?
What's that?
Eventually.
We'll get another Freddy sometime soon?
Oh, of course.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Eventually. I mean, Jason, and these movies always have their struggles with the rights issues. It's not so much about demand or money. It's always because they've been passed along so many times. They have to make movies.
Yeah.
They have to use them in a certain amount of years. If they don't, then they get sold off. I don't know. I thought, doesn't LeBron own the rights to Jason right now? Didn't LeBron buy it?
The name. He bought the name portion of it, I believe.
So his studios has that then?
Jason Voorhees. Yeah, because you can do it.
So he could make like a Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell. He can't do Friday the 13th.
Yeah, you can't do a Friday the 13th because it's different. That's the trickery. That's the trickery of those movies.
Yeah.
So who has Freddy though?
I mean,
Wes Craven, I guess still.
No, he's dead.
Well, his family. I mean,
I think New Line still owns Freddy.
Yeah, New Line. And I don't even know if Platinum Dunes has any of these.
What the fuck is New Line even doing now? They still.
They're. Who do they partner with to do the last one?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's like those two factions exist together.
Warner, okay, it's Warner Brothers.
And they're kind of, I mean, with Freddy, they're at kind of like a crossroads because Robert Englund doesn't want to do it ever again, and he's old as shit. So
I don't think it matters though, right?
No, because you have to recast, and like recasting such, like it's not like Jason or Michael Myers, where it's just a mask, and you change the victim.
Hey, I was 100% behind
Freddy
the
is
Kevin
so much
Bacon
about
fucking
that
Freddy.
performance.
I was behind the Kevin Bacon Freddy shit that had come out years ago.
I don't feel like it
But
would. I
watch
don't like. I just don't feel like it would be that tough. Because all it is about makeup. I mean, obviously you got to have the movements and all that stuff.
You gotta be
But I'm
likable.
saying, like, yeah.
Freddy has to be likable. Robert Englund was, like, in the first one, he's very aggressive and very scary and very mean, but he got real light real fast. Especially
Yeah.
in 3. And he became very, like, not personable, but, like,
It was just the quippy,
He's
the
charismatic.
one-liner quippy shit.
he's funny.
Right.
People who liked his face, and you get, it's just like they're recasting.
You could have
him.
Ryan Reynolds do it.
I don't
He could.
like Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, they would,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be great.
Here's my Freddy pick. And I forgot the actor's name. Oh, come back to me. Come back to me. I gotta get you back. Here's my Freddy pick.
Who would you pick, Courtney?
Here it is.
Oh, he's got it.
Michael
Ooh, I
Cera.
got one.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera. Wow. I did not see that.
You know, like that?
You know who mine is?
Larry David.
Larry David.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What's that dipshit from Back
Conan
to the
O'Brien.
Future?
From what?
Back to the Future.
Nope. Mine is Bill Hader.
His voice. That's not gonna
He
fly.
can his voice. He can do anything with his voice.
He
doesn't
can
matter.
do anything with his voice as long as it's a high pitched voice.
No,
he's got deep ones.
he can
too.
do some weird deep shit.
Yeah,
I don't think
and
so.
he's done some stuff with like the Vincent Price stuff and stuff like that.
Vincent Price
His
has a
his
decent
Jabba
voice.
his Jabba the Hutt voice is pretty
And you
deep.
know his comedy would kill through it, and he's got
Yeah.
like a good build for it. I feel like
That's fun. That's a fun pick.
that would be my pick.
I'm gonna have to go. That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I'm gonna stick with I think Kevin Bacon would have done a good job.
Honestly, I really don't know. You're better off going with somebody who is lesser known, so people can't be like they can't associate other roles with it. It's always a safe bet in that way. That's how they should do a lot of That's how they have done. Now Marvel got away with a lot of superhero stuff, casting Chris
Carl
Hemsworth
Urban.
as Thor. Nobody knew who the fuck he was.
I mean,
I think
Look
both of you just missed that. I said Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Yeah.
Uh,
Look at Bill Hader doing Barry though, right? He's shown he could flip that switch.
Again, that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
That's still almost a reluctant murderer.
He's got that makeup on. Yeah, either way, Jason won. Great winner.
I'm
That was
so
a fun
excited.
bracket. That was
I'm
a
so
I'm
really-
happy
so fucking
that-
excited.
That was
I'm
a
so
well
happy
laid out
that
bracket.
another white man won. You see what you guys did?
A white dead child won.
Look, I tried to pick Candyman. You guys just didn't push him through.
Hey, I tried to pick Toshio.
And we don't really know what kind of man Freddy is, right?
Hey, I
We
picked
have no
Eddie
idea
Will.
of what his race was.
Pedophile. He's a white pedophile.
Is Freddy a white guy?
Yeah, he's white. They show him. a bunch
Yeah,
of
he's
times.
fucking white. Jesus.
No, he's ball sack colored.
Hey, they show him like a million times in regular.
Was yours on fire, Andy?
No, I'm saying like what the actual ball sack would look like. Like the balls, you know? We've all seen that movie where the balls were rolling through and they were trying to chase him. What movie is that?
Squid Game.
No. The movie where they were all betting on the last person to get married would win all the money.
The Color of Money.
Definitely not that. Jerry O'Connell, I think, is in it.
Tomcats.
Tomcats, yes.
Scream 2.
Risky Business. No, it was Tomcats.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie once, Andy, and all you had to say was Jerry O'Connell, and I figured it out.
That's crazy. That's like Tomcat, like some movie probably 80% of America has never seen.
That's how my brain works.
Yeah.
I hate it too.
Oh, man.
Well, we did it, folks.
We did it. Can we talk about Halloween Halloween Kills now?
Briefly.
I
don't know, this motherfucker doesn't want to hear some spoilers.
I'm good.
All right. If I must. That
First off, how mad do we want to get? Because I want to
not
get
that
real mad
because,
about it.
Again, the franchise as a whole is not very good.
It's not great. It's not a great franchise.
It's not a surprise that, again, no one should be surprised that a character that should only work under certain circumstances does not work when you take him out of those circumstances and you escalate. When you escalate a character like that, it does not work anymore. And what do they keep doing? Escalating the situation. And they escalate it times a billion in this one.
Yeah, like to the fucking hilt. They've pushed this shit.
Because they're trying to do something different.
Well, the concept they're trying to, a big part of it, what they're trying to convey, which is, I think, a good idea, they just don't stick it very well. And that is the fact that Michael Myers isn't just this big boogeyman for Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode survived, right? He killed her friends, but her friends had family in this town. And there was more of an effect on these family members. So to show the people who other survivors, and to show victims, families, members, and how angry they were, and that means just as much to them as it does to Laurie Strode. Michael Myers means a lot to the whole fucking town, which is a good concept. What they don't do well is they do this big Frankenstein mob to try to find him, which they do in part 2, the original. So it's already a thing that they've done.
But they negate that entire fucking movie.
Yeah, well, I don't want to watch him walk around a hospital again.
But that's what we fucking get.
I don't want to watch him do things that he's already done. But they do this big ass.
And we also watch that.
But they do this big. Well, no, he's not in the hospital. They go to the hospital, but he's never there.
And that's the fucking problem.
No, the problem is that they don't.
It's so bad. It's so fucking bad.
They don't. They're doing too much to get the point across. They create a mob, the mob mentality. They overreact and they hurt people who shouldn't get hurt because they're trying to get Michael Myers, and that's all fine. But even if you had that, which is just well, that's kind of a failed experiment or whatever. But then when you finally have that mob meet up with Michael Myers at the end of the movie, then they can't kill him. Then I am completely beyond what I will allow my brain to believe in this situation. You have a guy with a 2x4. You have a guy with a hockey stick. You have what's his face, Anthony Michael Hall with a baseball bat. Only one guy shows up with a gun. I'm sorry, but we're in fucking.
That's super non-believable. Yeah, you're.
Yeah,
right.
we're in rural Illinois. They set it up as these are hillbillies, lots of trucks, people jumping in the back of trucks.
Well, then hillbillies have guns.
Yeah. So only one guy shows right at the get-go. Bang, bang, bang. He shoots him a few times. So Michael's on the ground, and then they're all standing around. No joke. There was a lady holding an iron. A woman brings an iron to this big...
This Little House on the Prairie?
I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Yeah. There's a whole thing about that lady. going around right now that she shows up with this yellow fucking iron as part of the fucking mob.
Again, there are things that you just should know. Like when you're writing and making a movie, you have, again, we as horror fans, like you, and in general in all movies, things are allowed to be unbelievable to us in reality. But you have, in the reality that you set up in this movie, it has to be believable in that reality, or it doesn't work as a movie. That's where you lose people. So you're telling me that this fucking guy, he leaves the Myers house, he walks like a block over, he gets sort of beat up for a couple minutes by these locals, then he gets up and murderizes all of them with a kitchen knife, even though they're all at one point heavily armed, including one person has a gun. He manages to kill them. They're all screaming or whatever. Lori's family is still at the Myers house getting treatment from the paramedics with cops, paramedics. How are they not going over the next block? Oh, by the way, a block over, we set up this whole trap for Michael Myers. Maybe all the police and shit should go over there right now. No one is just telling anyone that.
Yeah.
They don't hear it. I'm sorry, in small towns, if you hear a dog barking 2 miles away, you can hear it. They're not in fucking Chicago. They're in a small rural town. So, like...
Come to my town. I hear dogs barking constantly.
If a guy is murdering people in great numbers and they're yelling and screaming, unless they're all like... unless you're getting stabbed and you're like, ouch. Like you're just whispering the whole time. I'm sorry, people are like, you're stabbing ladies.
All trachea blows. Everybody's getting tracheaed.
Yeah, he's not shooting people with a silencer like pew, 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 real fast, James Bond style. He's fighting fucking townies with a knife. You gonna tell me no one hears this? A fucking block over? It's so dumb. And not only that, Lori's daughter, whatever the fuck her name is, she leaves that situation after she stabs him once in the back or whatever. Then she goes back and then she decides to just go up into the fucking into the Judith Myers bedroom and look out the window for some reason. And again, house completely surrounded by cops, people, paramedics. Michael Myers is able to murder a bunch of fucking people, casually walk. Keep in mind, he's 60-some years old. He just got stabbed and shot a few times. He casually walks back to his childhood home, walks inside the house somehow, which is completely surrounded by people and paramedics and cops, and then kills fucking what's-her-face in the upstairs bedroom. Again, nobody sees or hears this happening. And there's tons of fucking people everywhere.
Keep in mind that at the end of the first movie, which they're building off of, and then you go into the 2018 one, but just building off of the first one, he was shot 6 fucking times before he fell off that fucking balcony. So they've already put it in there that
he's been shot.
He's mobile. Loomis fucking says it 1,000 times. He's fucking pure evil. He just wants to fucking kill. And that's where they're going from. I get
But again, I saw an interview with David Gordon Green, and he said straight up that while Laurie mentions the pure evil stuff and they hint at a supernatural...
Yeah, they all say the shit in that movie that fucking Dr. Loomis said 1,000 fucking times.
But that's the thing, they're not going to go in that he's not a superhuman thing. They're not going to reveal something in this next movie. I don't know what... And
that's also the thing, too, is by skipping number 2, they completely negate that Michael and Laurie are brother and sister. So that's where they just go with he doesn't care about her. He just wants to go to his fucking house. He's not after her. Then why the fuck did she prep all these years from spending 5 minutes with the dude that tried to kill her in that fucking house? Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, what doesn't make sense about Halloween 2018 and all of that shit is, like, it should have gone down. Like, soon as Michael Myers shows up, she should have just immediately just, like, obliterated him. Because she's been shooting for it for, like, 30 years.
Exactly.
Michael Myers has been just standing still, hasn't done a fucking push-up or anything. Are you going to tell me that, like, Laurie, who's been training with guns and all this, she's a master fucking shot. She has a ton of guns. It should have just been it should have been like 3 minutes long. Michael shows up, Laurie shoots him in the face with a shotgun and blows his head into a million pieces. That's how the fucking thing ends. That should be the end of it because she was completely...
Gets her closure. Game over.
So they wanted to do this in a trilogy, so they had to have a filler in between movie. But holy fuck, was it a waste of time. And also...
Such a fucking waste of time.
It's just a buzzkill and a downer, and they only stop at one point. Well, there are two things... I will say there are two things that I like about the movie. One of the flashbacks, because they look so legit.
Shout out Jim Cummings.
Yeah, Jim Cummings was in it, and like also like that Loomis makeup, that actor just wearing like a fucking makeup that looks like
that's not CGI. That's straight makeup.
Looks just like Donald Pleasance, like he was living and breathing right there. Amazing.
I would have watched all of that. I would have watched if they had stayed there and followed him around fucking town. I would have watched that.
They did all of that to set up basically the third movie is going to be Laurie and that cop. So Laurie and that cop are going to be like the people that put down because they did that whole backstory. That cop had the chance. They were going to shoot him right there in the yard, and he stopped it. So now it's going to be like him and Laurie are going to be the ones that do it. But again, is there a clause in the contract like there was in H2O that like from what's his face? What's the Middle Eastern producer guy? Akkad.
Yeah.
So he's dead, but his son owns it. But that was the thing in H2O was like Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to come back and kill Michael, but like that was the thing that they told her later, like when they were about to shoot, like technically there's some fine print that says that you can't actually kill him for real. So I wonder if that's a thing that they're still going to implement because that guy still owns Michael Myers. Whether or not Blumhouse is making the movie, that dude owns it. The Akkad family owns Michael Myers, so they have final say on whether or not you're going to kill him or not, like officially. So we'll see. If
I look at it this way. They'll probably kill him.
And they should.
Air quote it. They'll kill him. And then 10 years from now, we'll get another fucking reboot.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Start from part one.
Have they created anybody that you care about?
No.
Outside of, Laurie that can carry on the franchise?
No.
Not even close.
So what the hell are they doing?
Because
that's what you should be doing if you want to set
up for all it's fucking worth.
But like,
right
if you
now.
want to set up stuff for the future, then you have to set up somebody else for him to go against, right?
If they don't kill him in this third one,
maybe the daughter.
It's so like.
Yeah, but that actress is not. I mean, she's not an iconic thing. It's like Scream Queens don't hit like they did back then because
right.
We live in an oversaturated content era. So like you don't.
And she's definitely not a Laurie fucking Strode. There's no way in this fucking trilogy that she hits the same way that Laurie Strode did. There's nothing about her that says that she even survives the next fucking movie.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem with this as compared to Jason and Freddy, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So well, I just think that like there are ways these things work. Michael Myers works if you're doing a slow suspense slasher where he's in the shadows. He shouldn't be audaciously walking through a fire and trying to murder 7 firefighters. He should just walk out the back of the house and leave.
Yeah.
Right.
His objectives should be, I'm just going back to my childhood home. And if you go there, I'm going to kill you.
Right.
It shouldn't be like, and I get like if he's faced with a bunch of townies who are trying to kill him, he's going to fight his way out. But he's not he's not a Jason killer. He's not.
Right.
He's not. I'm gonna just keep killing everybody I see. He's literally just like.
So in that, I get him a point A to point B killer. Like, I'm just gonna take the quickest route, the straight line to where I want to be, and I'll destroy whatever's in front of me. That's fine.
The suspense, like, he's a suspense killer. Like, he's supposed to be more creepy than anything else.
This new movie has zero suspense. Zero.
They made him basically like a Jason in the new one, where he's just like, he's an unstoppable killing machine. He kills a lot of people really quickly, very easily. He can't be put down. He has big Jason vibes. Now, I would say there's one good scene, and that's where they slow down the movie randomly, which, again, does not fit in the movie, but I liked it, which is the Big John, Little John scene with the kids, the little kids playing.
Yeah.
Because that, to me, felt like a Halloween movie. I was like, you got these kids, they're trick-or-treating. They're playing a prank on this gay couple and trying to scare them or whatever.
And that's the only part of them that makes sense.
Yeah, that's that part of the movie. I was like, okay, this
because they're in the Myers house.
Yeah, exactly. They're in the Myers house.
So maybe one of those kids grows up, and that's how you spawn it off.
No, they're all dead.
All of them are dead. Never mind.
No, all those kids fucking die.
Well, that doesn't work then.
He kills like 42 people in this movie.
Are they just trying to get the kill count up so that he can compete with Jason's kill count? Because that's
probably.
If that's the case, that's stupid.
I really think there are two things they're trying to do. They're trying to toxify the townspeople to really show you how damaged they are from the original killings, even though he killed like four girls or whatever. Compared to this, he killed like 40 people.
The original movie is 3 murders.
Yeah, it's real subtle.
Yeah, it's at the Freddy pace, right?
I've killed more people than Michael Myers in the first one. Jesus Christ. Nobody even cares.
It doesn't matter.
Justin's given more people STDs than Michael Myers has killed in the first movie.
But again, I just want to briefly go back to my original thing, which is the two things I liked. I liked the flashbacks, and I liked that sequence.
Where is Drew for this conversation, Andy? What happened to Drew?
I don't know. He said he worked this morning.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Let me finish my point.
Fine, Larry.
2 things. Second thing, I liked the Big John, Little John scene. I liked the way their house was decorated. It felt like a Halloween movie. They were actually celebrating Halloween. They were relaxing, celebrating in their own way, getting pranked by kids. And then when Michael Myers shows up, he doesn't just walk in and just fucking hack them regressively to death. He kills one, hides the guy quietly like he does in the old movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy comes in the room and he said, Michael, you've come home. And the camera pans outside the house, outside the window, so you don't actually see the kill. Again, very good old school Halloween shit. Instead of all the other kills where they're just like, hey, do you want to watch this kid get his neck sawed for a long time? No, I don't, but that's what you're going to do. So those...
Right, it's supposed to be a build-up.
Or, hey, do you want to watch Michael try out all these knives until he finds the one that suits him?
I forgot about that, where he just stabbing that poor old man with
It's
knives.
So mean. It's so fucking mean and unnecessary. Where you watch this lady fucking bleeding out, and it's that wide shot of him just like, I'm going to grab one, and I'm going to stab him. Nope, don't like that one. Grab it and stab him. Fucking stupid.
That's
it's
weird.
Stupid and it's fucking mean.
That is weird.
Again,
the only part of like that old couple that I actually liked was when he's in their bathroom. Like he walked over to like fix his hand. Like he's like fixing his hand in their bathroom. That's the only reason he goes over there. And you don't even get that. Like you piece it together later when you see his hand wrapped up. But that's what he's doing in their bathroom. Is when the old guy goes and he sees him in the bathroom and Michael fucking just like smashes the fucking light like he's going to the bathroom and he doesn't want to be seen. Like, I'm peeing in here. And he just like smashes the light. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is any of this a thing?
I remember there was this great part in Halloween 2018 that I really enjoyed. I remember being in the theater. I remember feeling the vibe really well. It was like, once the movie had kind of kicked off, Michael's back in the town, and then all of a sudden it's like people are aware that he's out, but he's out, and he starts to walk down the street. It's dark, and they cue the Halloween music, the piano, and he's just walking down these streets, and then it kind of goes to that park scene with the teenagers and stuff. But that part, I remember being like, oh, I'm feeling it now. Like, I'm like, okay, this is what Michael Myers is. He's just a guy in a mask walking down your neighborhood sidewalk.
Yeah.
And he's not going to just go house to fucking house and just murder everyone. He's literally just that.
He's point A to point B.
He's a once in a million, like, boogeyman guy that you're most likely, if you see him, you're going to live to tell the story. I saw this guy in the bushes with the fucking white mask. It's not like I saw a guy, like, he literally, in this one, it's like, if he sees you, he kills you, which is like, he kills everyone he comes into contact with, including what's-her-face from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She gets, well, no, she lives.
So in a weird way, it's kind of lazy.
It's super lazy.
I don't know what they were trying to do. I totally know that this is a connector. It's not an end, but they have a setup that feels like this could be an end where they have a bunch of people surround him.
Right.
It's over for you, bro. We got all these weapons, and then they fucking put him down, and then he just gets back up 10 minutes later and kills everyone.
Do they overplay the music in the scenes? Like, do they like?
They definitely play music, but I think most of the time I was just so distracted by how audacious a lot of it was. I never got into the vibe.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering because I figured, they would overplay the music if they're doing weird things. They might just overplay the music. Hopefully, the music would get the people into the mindset they need to be in. But then that can almost happen too often where you like get turned off.
It doesn't work if he's not creeping around.
Right. Yeah.
When I think of like, oh, he's the boogeyman, because again, they were presenting him in a Jason-like fashion, where it's like, there's that last 20 minutes of every Jason movie where Jason just like, boom, crashing through a wall, crashing through the doors, and I'm just gonna hacking people up. There's like a while where he's killing people on the low, and he kills everybody he sees. But this one feels like the last 20 minutes of a Jason movie, the whole movie, where he's just like,
jeez.
Where I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, you? Let me just stab you with a fucking fluorescent light bulb in the neck, slowly. Oh, you're this, and just the dumb things they do. So they form these big mob search parties, right? Their whole big plan is like, let's all stick together, we'll all group up. And then the dad and the son and the girlfriend get to the Myers house or whatever, and they're like, the dad's like, I'm gonna go in by myself. And I'm just like, and they're like, no, Dad, I'll come with you. They're like, no, I got it. And I'm like, so we're just forgetting everything that we're trying to teach in these movies, like, right out the bat?
Yeah. So just to push that, Andy, the dad of the boy from the 2018 one is the bully from the first one that pushes Tommy down and he smashes his pumpkin. Like, that's who that kid is, all grown up. And then now him and Tommy are friends, who's Anthony Michael Hall is playing Tommy Doyle. And
they basically go back and they reuse.
It's
all
bad.
of the
It's just
first
bad. where
No, it doesn't sound good.
Again,
like,
like,
you
I
don't
think there's a
you
good,
don't need any of that. Like,
there's
you
a good
don't need
concept
it.
in there.
Yeah,
they
it
were-
just sounds like they're trying to be something that it's not supposed to be, which doesn't make sense to do.
They're just doing too much. They were
Yeah.
doing too much. Like, don't give me a big mob trap of Michael Myers if it's not the one that kills him. I think it's dumb to do that.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't,
If they had brought back Paul Rudd
Paul Rudd.
to play Tommy again, because he played him in part 6.
Okay.
He played the original kid. You would have at least had a little bit of
Yeah, but those
levity
movies don't
to it.
tie in.
Yeah, like you would have had like a little bit of levity to it,
Mm.
where he could have like made some jokes or something, but you have Anthony Michael Hall just being like this antagonist for violence that you're not any better than the problem. Okay, that's what you're going for. Fucking mob rules bullshit.
Yeah, that's what they were.
That's what you're after.
Yeah.
That's not scary though. But if you had like some levity to it,
Right.
where it's like, haha, like fucking, I'm gonna kind of joke about how miserable my past has been. You make it a little bit more relatable.
Sounds
and
like
then you-
pacing was an issue then, wasn't it?
Oh, it's so forced. It's
Yeah.
so fucking forced into like the end of the night.
Which that goes
That-
against what Michael Myers is supposed to be.
Yeah, and then by the end of
Yeah.
it, you're like, hang the fuck on. Like, it shouldn't be this fast. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, I get going from like 0 to 100. That happens sometimes.
It ain't John Wick.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those situations where it's like there should be some sort of process to it. And I think
Right.
that's the one part of part 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, that I really enjoy is when Paul Rudd sees Michael for the first time face to face again. And he has like this moment where he looks at him and he sees him and he has to process it. And he does like this whole head thing where he's like, fuck. Like he's processing it. And he's like, you are real. Like you terrified me. And he does like this whole like head jerk thing. That's fuck you. Like you're right in fucking front of me now. Like what do I do with that? And then he just goes and he tries. This one is just like, you're a bad guy and I'm gonna take care of you. And it's so ham-fisted. It's so dumb.
I just
Like
don't. I just think like if you're gonna do the mob thing in the middle of the movie, this big mob scene, and then no one learns from it, it's like completely pointless scene. There's no reason to write characters in any movie where they don't learn. They don't learn from their shit during the movie. That's the whole point of a hero's journey. The whole point when you're writing.
And then you literally have, just before it, you have the original cop guy go, we're the monsters now. He's making us the monsters. It's like, you didn't have to say that. You didn't know. We get it.
That fucking cop, the cowboy, the black dude with the cowboy hat.
Oh, the guy from Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah. He's like, after all that shit happens, he's just sitting on the steps, like, what, traumatized? Nothing even that bad happened. One mental patient fell off a building. He's sitting there acting like he just got fucking gang raped.
Well, I think he's the mayor of the town.
What? That cop?
I thought that's what he was.
Either way.
He sits there like, well, not gonna win another election.
Oh no! No. The cop who goes into the fucking hospital room and says, "Yo, you haven't heard? Like he's still alive." That dude.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't just a cop. I thought he was like
I don't
the
think,
mayor of the town.
I don't think he was the mayor. I didn't get that. But either way, if you are a cop, that shit happens. Why did you just automatically just quit? He's just like sitting there on the stairs like he just, like the worst event of all time just happened. It was like, yeah, a lot of people things got out of hand pretty quick, but literally only one person died, and he was a escaped mental institution convict. And he's sitting there like, oh, no reason to go on and figure this out now. He just sits there. And I'm like, why not? Why not keep doing your job? Michael's like a fucking couple streets over, and you could just put him down with a couple bullets. Whatever.
Wow.
Or you can't because he was shot 6 times in the first movie and he keeps fucking going.
Yeah, he got shot in this one right at the gate. They're like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how many times he got shot, but he goes down. Again, I tweeted this, and I mean it wholeheartedly. I think Sidney Prescott from Scream would waste Michael Myers. Just waste him. I think any final girl that's ever survived any horror movie would... If you're not a supernatural...
Wait, so in that case, Laurie should be...
Yeah, Laurie should handle
should
it.
waste him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what he said earlier, is the 2018, she should have shot him in the fucking face.
Over.
Game over.
He's an old guy. I don't care how good he is at killing and sneaking around. He can be the best at it. Let's say you're the best in the whole world. You're the best at sneaking around and stabbing fucking babysitters.
You're the best
with
around.
In the
No one
whole
ever
world.
gonna take it out.
They hold a competition yearly for the best babysitter murderer. You win 5 years in a row, okay? But then you get stuck in a fucking mental institution for like 30-some years or whatever the fuck, 40 years.
Yeah.
And then unless you're doing push-ups, which it didn't seem like he was just standing around, staring, not talking. Unless you're training, I'm sorry, you have muscle atrophy.
Yeah.
You can walk, but like Laurie Strode has a fucking training compound where she shoots mannequins and probably does 100 push-ups a day and fucking drinks raw egg smoothies, and she will fuck you up, bro.
Justin.
Yeah.
He has the devil's eyes.
I don't care.
When you got the devil's eyes, you don't have to do push-ups.
Like, if they don't brutally murder Michael Myers in the third one, if they don't completely fuck him up beyond an
They literally need to
repair.
They literally need to throw him into a wood chipper.
No, that's too vague. I need to see
Too vague.
like his. I want them to like tear his jaws off. And again, I was like watching it and I was like, okay, he's on the ground. Why
How does a
not
wood
tap him
chipper
with his
not do
jaw?
that? They mulch him. Like, they literally mulch him.
You know what they'll do? They'll throw him into the water, and then it'll be like a mystery if he's dead or not, so that they can come back and do some shit later.
Andy, that sounds too real.
No,
God
what
damn
they should do, which I think would be
It
perfect.
sounds too real.
I think the perfect thing to do would be like they get him again, like they had him. Get him down on the ground, one X, both hands, both feet, bam. Don't kill him. Just cut his hands and feet off, and then watch how scary he is. You can't walk, you can't grab knives. You're just a flailing dipshit, and at that point, like I'll be like, and also bummed out. No one called him because I was like, no one called him a bald bitch. Like when his mask was off, I was like, look at that bald bitch. You should have been like, hey, you're fucking bald. Like somebody should have said it. You gotta
bald bitch.
You gotta bring his ego down. But again, why couldn't they just like chop his hands off? Chop his hands
One,
off,
I don't think he has an ego. But two, you're right about the hands and feet.
What are you gonna do? He's gonna like, paw at you with his nubs? Maybe he'll stick a knife in it or something. Even then.
Yeah, he's gonna go Chucky and fucking like shove a knife into his nub and just duct tape it.
Okay, well then do it at the elbow. because his elbow was like not actually nice. It's not really that scary. Like he's too short to get anybody.
Yeah.
And again, also chop his leg, just chop his feet off. Motherfucker can't walk. Was he gonna crawl around? That's not scary.
Yeah, kneecap him.
It's so stupid. Like somebody rolled up in that situation with a gun. It was like, pop, 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 pop. Shot him, goes down. And again, Sidney Prescott would have walked over and would have like unloaded the whole clip.
Yep, right in his
front
head.
of his face.
Yep.
And again, not first movie Sidney Prescott because this is the first time. But these people
Right,
are
but
not
she
dealing
got
in a
smarter
first
as it
time
went
scenario.
along.
They're
Yeah,
now
you're right.
dealing in a second term.
Oh God.
Knowing full well that he just killed a bunch of firefighters in a small town, which would make every horny gun nut come out of their house, even if they don't care about who Michael Myers killed. They're like, oh, we're just a bunch of white townies looking for an excuse to go kill somebody with our guns. There would have been hundreds of people with fucking guns. Like, they would have shot him to pieces, RoboCop style. Just like,
You would see the biggest gun I have?
Yeah.
It was
I'm
just
bringing
so,
out the
like,
biggest gun I have.
again, that's why you can't, as a writer and a filmmaker, you can't have a dead end alleyway scene for a character like that because it does not work. He does not work. He is not Jason.
Right.
He's not supernatural. So he's a guy. So he should not want. He should hit that situation. He should have played dead. Then snuck out of the fucking morgue bag at the end. Like, he's not a fucking, I'm going to get back up and I'll fucking kill all these people.
Yes.
He's a sneaker. He's creepy. He's a guy you think is dead, but then you look back and he's gone. He's not.
But they did do that at the end of H2O in the ambulance. He came out of the bag and he fucking killed the ambulance guys. And Laurie was there also and chopped his head off.
Well, that was
Turns
also
out
a
it wasn't him.
contract. That was that dumb contract clause that you couldn't kill Michael Myers. And then when Jamie Lee had already signed on to do the money, and she had said, I watched this interview, and she was like, "I was too late to get out of it. I had already spent the money that they paid." She was like, "So I did Resurrection because I was
The
like, okay,
money was great.
She's like, I did that one, and I made them kill me because I was like, I don't want to come back and keep doing these. And then, of course, they convinced her later on because of money.
And then they gave her more money.
Yeah, more money to come back
Goodness.
again. But again, it was just like, literally, Rosina and I walked out of the theater, and I was like dumbfounded about the last 10 minutes. I could not fucking believe that that's how they ended that movie, and I was just supposed to walk away going, oh yeah, he just killed like 50 people in this movie, and he just walked right into a house and standing there.
That's crazy.
And there's police and cops everywhere. I'm sorry, like, in the first Halloween that works to an extent, because they did not live in a digital age, a social media age. If you live in a town, for example, according to Liz and Bradner, they have a fucking Facebook page like, did you hear that noise? And like 100, everybody in town responds to it.
I mean,
it's called the Nosy Asses of Bradner.
Yeah, if there's a guy in a fucking Shatner mask walking around after he just killed 7 firefighters, I'm sorry, but every dipshit in that
To be fair,
out with their fucking 12
to be fair, last month we had, I think it was the beginning of this month, we had on Nosy Asses of Bradner people posting about a guy dressed as Michael Myers uptown doing weird shit.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we get that. And I live in a big ass city. I live in Jacksonville, and I still get that nosy ass neighbor thing. So yeah,
Jackoffville. Good for you.
In no means is that like believable then. Yeah. And what was their technology like in the movie?
It's one of the.
You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't going. I already knew that no matter what, I was going to go in the movie just being whatever, because
that's the problem, Andy. In this movie, it's the now times.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's the now times, then then a lot of what you're saying makes no sense. If
Yeah.
it was 1985, then it makes a lot more sense. But
Nope,
now,
it's 40 years after the first one.
then it makes
That's it.
zero sense.
It's like,
Yeah.
Wow.
like I said, I was.
And you know how I
expecting
know
to
it's
not be
40 years
happy.
after the first one? Because they say it 8,000 times in the movie. 40
Then in
years
that, yeah.
ago, 3
So-
people died. 40 years ago, 3 people died. 40 years ago, 3 people died. They say it 1,000 times in that fucking movie that it was 40 years ago, 3 people died. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. You know how many people have died in fucking Bradner? More than fucking 3.
Yeah.
Well, not by a guy in a Shatner mask.
Oh.
That makes it more interesting.
I don't know how many people Scary Gary killed.
Yeah.
Outside
More
of
than
his
3.
mom.
More than
Get horned
3.
up for like serial killer shit. So
Norman Bates' mom does fucking shit, but whatever.
I just knew, like, because this was
I hope he's not watching.
The mistake they made from the get-go was announcing that they were doing 3 movies,
Or he's outside that way.
releasing the titles of the movies, and then expecting anybody to be happy about it. Setting it up
Yeah,
as a
you have
trilogy
to
was
set
always
up
a
some
dumb
surprise.
idea.
I had that conversation with a kid at work the other day. I was like, why the fuck would they say fucking Halloween kills and then Halloween ends? Like, why would they give you all of that information
Because you
right out
kind
of
of
the
have
gate?
an idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great point.
They're gonna, and
Super dumb.
They're getting, you're obviously getting reamed by critics, but that's horror. Like, horror can survive a bad critical showing.
I personally want to just blanket all of this with anyone that's going to watch this either now or you're watching it on YouTube later, and your problem with all of it is just like, oh, you just can't have fun and let a movie be a movie. Go fuck yourself. Please just go fuck yourself, because this is the type of shit that you need to pay attention to. You don't get handed titles out of the gate to a franchise that has existed since the fucking 70s and not have something to fucking say about it. That's not how movies work. Like, you don't get handed, oh, you get a trilogy, here are the names of them, and the last one is called fucking Ends, and then you're in the middle of that, and it's kills, and you watch the guy kill people. What do you think is going to happen in the end of it? Like, I'm allowed to be disappointed with what has happened already. I'm pretty built up to be disappointed in what's going to happen when it ends. Like, I'm not trying to not have fun. I wanted to have fun with that movie, and I couldn't have fun with it because it sucked so fucking bad that it made me upset. If they called it Halloween Kills because it kills all the fucking fun of a franchise, then they fucking won. They're winners.
They should have called it Halloween Reloaded and then Halloween Revolution.
Halloween Almost Dies.
Halloween, I got you, bitch.
Halloween, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
Again, they gotta. That's what, and that's what it comes down to. They're trying to make as much money out of the deal that they have, Blumhouse. But at the same time, like, if you're gonna do a connector movie and you're gonna make Laurie Strode just sit in a hospital the whole time, then you gotta give me something else, like beyond the mob stuff. Again, if they were gonna do, again, I know I've said it. But
okay, yeah.
you do the
give
mob
me
stuff
something else, or give me fucking part 2.
Give me the middle mob stuff. Everybody learns their lesson about it. Michael's still out there, and he's a threat in the same way he's always been a threat. He's he's in the shadows, he's in the bushes. Is it spooky? Is it scary? Is he gonna get you? Is he not gonna get you? Not. We live in a fucking police state now. Like, I'm sorry, but like.
Okay,
You're
so
not that
you
far from
made a good
Chicago,
point.
like-
You made a good point. If they had played the other escapee from the mental institution, if they had played that a little closer to the chest and made it like, yes, the mob fucking exists and you think Michael's in the fucking hospital and it turns out that it was the guy from the bus.
Yeah, they should have slowed
And
it down.
he ends up fucking dying and that's the end of the fucking movie, then I buy it. Then I'm on board. But you put that shit dead smack in the fucking middle and then you try to build from there and I'm lost.
But that's the thing. The
I'm
characters
so
don't
lost
learn
on this fucking movie.
They all interact in this Capitol riots scene, and then they fucking walk out of the building, and they're like, you know what? Let's all get in my truck, go find this piece of shit. Like they were just like,
Yeah.
They didn't learn anything from what just happened.
Oh, hey, we accidentally killed a guy, but he was crazy, so it's okay. We need to get the crazier guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing was, and like, who knows? They could come back and wrap it up in a tight bow. They could completely come back and just reground it into a smaller movie where he's walking around or he's on the run from Lori and this cop and they're trying to find him.
If he's not on the run and he's not going to someplace different other than the fucking house,
yeah, it's like, how do we find this guy?
I'm going to lose my mind.
How do we find this guy who always goes to the same place? Everybody keep an eye out for this mysterious...
First thing first, they need to burn that house down.
That'd be so funny. He would just stand there.
That should be the beginning of the movie, is they burn that house down. And then he just loses his shit more than he already has. And then it becomes, I'm decimating this entire fucking town. I have nowhere to go except town that I've always known.
I think the movie should just end as soon as it starts, where he's in the house. Everybody knows he's in the house. Armored
and
trucks,
Molotov cocktail it.
Armored trucks come, SWAT teams, because they're not, again.
and then they RoboCop him.
They
shoot his arms and legs off.
We live in a fucking police state. Just call a fucking bomb threat and see how many fucking, especially in a city, see how many people, and they're in the outskirts of suburbs of Chicago or whatever the fuck they are. There would be 50 fucking SWAT trucks there. If you told a bunch of cops, hey, this guy just killed 7 firefighters, do you know how many gun-horny cops would be there with machine guns and fucking body armor? I don't care that half of them are fat and out of shape. They're not running. They're not chasing him through the streets. They're just going to show up